Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bishop Stadium here in Manhattan, Kansas. I'm Nick Springer, alongside my broadcast partner, Daniel Courtwright, and we are live for Week 2 of not Friday Night Lights, but Thursday Night Lights, high school football. As Lawrence Free State heads on the road to take on Manhattan here in Manhattan. This is a rematch of the playoffs from last season, but these teams look a bit different, specifically Free State. No Wesley Edison, obviously, after graduation. A new quarterback with the Firebirds with Boston Baker. And Free State did struggle a little bit in their opening game against Shawnee Mission East. It was a bit of a funky game in which Shawnee Mission East played ball control and had multiple possessions of over 7 minutes in length. Free State ultimately got the win, though, 12-3. And they've taken on a Manhattan squad that, as always, has hopes of a state title run, as Manhattan has been so good under head coach Joe Schartz over the past, really, half-decade. They have been really, really talented, and they expect more of the same this year, as they will defend their home field tonight against Free State. So, again, for Free State, this is the second time seeing Manhattan in just 3 games. If you go back to last season and how their season ended with a 21-7 loss against Manhattan right here on this very field. In a game in which Free State was able to kind of hang around, but ultimately just didn't have enough in the end, and Manhattan really wore them down. For Manhattan, some familiar faces from last season, starting with the quarterback, Carter Aslan, who was the starter for last season for Manhattan, who led them to victory on this field against Free State last year. So he's a guy to keep an eye on, along with Jaden Hudley, but really the sort of star player for Manhattan to keep an eye on, who plays both ways, is J.J. Dunigan. He is a junior defensive back wide receiver. He is very explosive, and he's a guy that Free State will have to be aware of on both sides of the ball. We just had the coin toss. Free State won and deferred, so they will be kicking off to Manhattan, who is going to receive to begin this game. On a beautiful evening in Manhattan, Kansas, there's a light breeze, but temperatures in the high 70s, low 80s at the moment, and they will tip, of course, as we go throughout the night with the sun setting behind us here in the press box. Manhattan is in all navy blue uniforms, dark blue uniforms with blue pants, white lettering, white numbering on the jerseys with red outlines, blue helmets with red and white stripes down the middle with the white M on the side of them. Free State counters with some all-white uniforms, white jerseys with white football pants, and silver lettering and silver numbering on the jerseys with white helmets, green Free State logo on them. So Free State will kick this ball off from right to left to begin this game against Manhattan. Both teams getting some last-minute instructions here at the pregame before we get this one rolling. And we'd like to remind you, by the way, that our pregame show tonight is presented by Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry is kind, caring, and understanding when you need it most. Come to the Compassionate Caring Dental team in Lawrence at the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. Tonight's title sponsor of the broadcast is 23rd Street Brewery, open daily from 11:30 to 10:30. From the Bill's Health Mac and Cheese, the Haney Turkey Stack, or the Hank Booth Burger, you can come to the 23rd Street Brewery to watch all of football, basketball, baseball, from high school to KU to the NFL. I'm joined by Daniel Courtwright here in the booth. Dan, it's a beautiful night for football. I'm guessing you're just excited to be here, excited to watch this game tonight.
I'm absolutely excited to watch this game tonight. Could not be more thrilled to be covering Lawrence Free State against Manhattan, sort of a step-down version of the Sunflower Showdown, if you will.
That is true, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Free State's got a good team this year. I mean, talking to Coach Kevin Stewart at the Firebird fifth quarter, he has high expectations for this team.
Yeah, and I think this is a game, mentioned with Kevin Stewart, this is a game where Free State's going to really find out a little bit more about who they are as a team this year. This is a very, very tough opponent for the Firebirds to have this early in the season, a team that obviously went deep in the state playoffs last year, a team that beat the Firebirds. And Free State gets also Mill Valley on the road next Friday, so they're going to learn a lot about their team early this season and what kind of team they have after a 12-3 win over Shawnee Mission East to open the high school season. Yusuf Ishkandrani, the big left-footed kicker for Free State, will kick this one off from right to left on the far hash. He sends it away, an end-over-end kick that goes out of the back of the end zone and will become a touchback. There is a flag down on the kickoff, though, and this seems like it will be against Free State for an offsides on the kickoff attempt. Ishkandrani certainly showed off the power of his leg there, kicking that one about 9 yards deep in the end zone. So Manhattan is going to make Ishkandrani re-kick this and hopefully have a chance at a return this time. They do have J.J. Dunigan back deep. Manhattan does, along with 2 other players. And Ishkandrani is going to try to drive one again to the back of the end zone and hopefully deny a return to begin this game. Once again, setting from the far hash, We got a really strong crowd out here tonight for a Thursday night game. Of course, K-State plays tomorrow night, so does KU. So these two teams happen to be playing on a Thursday night. You get a strong crowd. Another kickoff for Michigan-Kenosha, an end-over-end line drive kick that goes about 4 yards deep in the end zone and rolls out for a touchback. So Michigan-Kenosha again showing off that leg, and it's a touchback. Manhattan will take over to begin this game. 12 minutes on the clock here in the first quarter. I'm Nick Springer along with Daniel Courtwright as we get set to begin action here between Manhattan and Lawrence Free State. The Indians will start at their own 20-yard line with the ball in the near hash. Mentioned the highlight players to keep an eye on this offense. Carter Aslan, the quarterback, ran the ball really well against Free State in the playoffs last season. They've also got a big running back, Jaden Hudley, who's listed at 210 pounds, and he looks all of it as he lines up to the right of Aslan, who surveys the Free State defense. Chest high snap, rolling out to his left. Looks, slings one up in the air downfield. The pass complete at the 35-yard line. It's J.J. Dunigan with the catch. Again, get used to that name. He's one of the top players in the state, a prospect that a lot really like. And he makes a nice catch there on a little rainbow throw from Aslan. A gain of 15 yards. That's the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that's a great way to start the game there if you're the Manhattan High Indians, that's for sure. Finding him over there on the far side of the field, getting the first down.
Yeah, Free State had two defenders on him, but Dunigan's still able to rise up and make that catch. So 15-yard gain to open the game for Manhattan. Now it's Aslan again with Hudley to his right. This time he rolls out to his right, looking downfield, slings one on the run. The pass is caught at the 47-yard line. Manhattan coming out slinging. This time it's Landon Dobson with the catch for Manhattan.
Yeah, that's a great throw there by Carter Aslan. I mean, he is off to a very hot start, getting 2 first downs back-to-back to start this game against the Firebirds.
And he was under some duress there, getting chased by a Firebird, but still on the run, made a pretty strong throw, and then a great catch. Also, a gain of 12 yards, that's the 47 of Manhattan. Right underneath the Manhattan logo on the near hash, moving from left to right in this first quarter. 10:55 remaining in the quarter. Aslan brings the man in motion. It's Dunigan. They fake a jet sweep. It's a straight run for Aslan as he searches the Free State defense and gets across midfield into Firebird territory before finally he's tackled at the 48-yard line on the near side. That time, the Indians using Dunigan as a decoy, and Aslan just kept it, picked up 5 yards out to the 48 of Free State. So this Firebird defense on the back foot right now as Manhattan gets into Free State territory. It's Hudley to the left of Aslan, but he's kind of as an up back almost. Here's the jet sweep. This time they do hand it off to Dunigan. Running left towards the far side. Tries to juke back to the middle of the field. A nice tackle there by Noah Rupp, who got him by the ankles, but it's enough for a first down across the 45 to the 42-yard line on the run by Dunigan. He got 6 when he needed 5, and they move the chains again.
Yeah, and this Manhattan High offense is having no trouble slicing through this defense of the Firebirds. They've got to do a better job of tackling on the first contact.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line. 3 down linemen for Free State here, along with 3 linebackers to go along with 5 DBs in a shell coverage around the outside. Trips towards the near side for Manhattan. 3 receivers with Hudley to the right of Aslan. They bring man in motion on the near side. It's a chest high snap. They work a little bubble screen. The pass dropped. It's incomplete. Intended for Gabe Summerlin, who committed the cardinal sin of looking upfield before he had the ball in his hands. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and that's just a tough catch to be able to grab if you're Gabe Summerlin. Coming out of the backfield, I mean, you know you got at least two Firebirds that are closing in on you. So, yeah, turning your head upfield, I mean, you got to be able to secure that catch first. That's what they teach you day one.
Yeah, there he had some blockers in front of him and probably had a chance to get some decent yardage, but he forgot about the most important thing, the football. Now 3 receivers for Manhattan, 2 towards the near side. Ball at the 42-yard line of Free State on a 2nd and 10 play with 9:37 remaining in this first quarter. Another chest high snap, 3-step drop for Aslan, scanning. Now he sprints to his left, he'll tuck it away and run. At the 40, at the 35, to the 30, and he tiptoes out of bounds on the far sideline in front of a multitude of Free State defenders, but not before he scampered for another first down for Manhattan inside the 30 of Free State.
Yeah, and that's just good pocket awareness there by Aslan, being able to get flushed out of the pocket and grab that first down there for the Indians.
9:28 remaining in this first quarter, and Manhattan is on a drive at the Free State 30-yard line. They haven't faced a third down yet. Free State on defense reeling at the moment, I would say. Now they come out with 2 tight ends, an extra offensive lineman is what it looks like, along with 2 receivers to the near side. Ball on the far hash. Aslan surveying the defense. Here's a speed option play. Aslan tucks it away now, cuts back to the middle of the field at 25. At the 20, he sprints to the middle and finally tripped up and taken down. Ethan Prescott with the tackle for Free State, but not before Aslan zigged and zagged his way inside the 20-yard line. It's another first down on a big gain for Manhattan, and they are in the red zone.
Yeah, that was a great job there by Aslan, having the awareness to be able to bounce it back. I mean, that was a designed option play there by Aslan, looking for the running back. He saw that there was no lane. He cut back inside and was able to grab that first down.
3 receivers for Manhattan. Ball in the middle of the field at the 16-yard line with 9 minutes remaining. A 3-minute drive, and they're in the red zone. Straight pass play for Aslan. Throws a quick hook route. Caught on the near sideline. It's Summerlin trying to make a man miss, but 2 Firebirds smother him on the near side, but not before he picked up 6 yards. The tackle bearer for Free State by Josiah Smith.
Yeah, great job there by Josiah Smith, not giving up on the play, being able to wrap him up, do a shoelace tackle. That was a great job of him getting the man down on that first point of contact for the defense.
2nd and 4 at the 10-yard line. Manhattan can get a first down without scoring here. Ball in the near hash. They've got an H-back plus a running back to the left of Aslan. Now the H-back goes in motion. Here's a straight quarterback power running off left guard. Aslan gets away from one defender. Now turns on the Jets at the 5, looking for the far pylon. He extends, and he's in. Touchdown, Manhattan. Aslan showed great patience. He broke a tackle and then extends for the far pylon. Touchdown, Indians. A dominant opening drive by Manhattan, and it's 6-0. They lead over Free State.
Yeah, great effort there by Aslan, being able to stretch out. I mean, that was a great effort there by him, stretching out, getting towards the pylon in 4-6.
6-0 Manhattan leads with 8:13 remaining, so a 3-minute, 45-second drive from Manhattan leads to a touchdown. And they've got an interesting formation here lined up as they've got everybody out. Now they motion back in to kick the extra point. The kicker is Ryland Vikander, number 7, to kick the extra point here for Manhattan. Aslan does it all. He scores the touchdown, and he's also the holder on the field goal attempt, and it's good. 7-0 Manhattan leads on a pretty dominant opening drive offensively. The Free State defense will have to go back to the drawing board on the sideline, and the Free State offense will get the ball now with 8:13 remaining in this first quarter. 7-0 Manhattan leads, and we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Free State coming up. You're listening to Free State Football on 92.9 The Bull.
The Anderson County Fair Association invites you to the Fall Demolition Derby. Net general admission $10, kids 6 and under free, $25 pit passes. More info at AndersonCoFair.com. Hope to see you there. The Anderson County Fair Association invites you to the Fall Demolition Derby, 7:30 this Saturday at the Fairgrounds in Garnett. General admission $10, kids 6 and under free, $25 pit passes. More info at AndersonCoFair.com. Hope to see you there.
Welcome back to Manhattan High School. Off the kickoff for Manhattan. It's a good return for Free State across the 35-yard line. I'm Nick Springer alongside Daniel Courtwright. 7-0 Manhattan leads here at Manhattan High School in Manhattan, Kansas over the Free State Firebirds. But the offense with good field position after that kickoff return from Free State at the 35-yard line. And this offense for Free State will take the field for the first time this evening. You go back to the game last week against Shawnee Mission East. Free State didn't have their first offensive possession until only 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Here they get it with 8 minutes left in the quarter, but they're down 7-0. I'll start with the ball on the far hash of the 35-yard line. 4 receivers. They've got a triangle trips formation towards the near side. Everybody looks back towards the far sideline for the play call. Baker barks out some orders to his offensive line. He's got Weischer, the running back, directly behind him in a pistol formation. Waist-high snap, handoff to Weischer running off right guard. He gets he trucked a defender at the 40, a big hit, and he ran right through him. Finally, he's smothered, though, by Manhattan at the 41-yard line. A tough run there from Weischer for 6 yards on the first play for Free State.
And that's a great effort there by Weischer, being able to put his shoulder down and run through Indian football player there to get a gain of 6 yards.
Now they go with an empty set. 5 receivers, 4 to the near side of the field with Baker all alone in the shotgun. 3 down linemen for Manhattan. Flags fly before the snap. And it looks like they're going to get an offside penalty against Manhattan. I think that was number 9, Jared Dixon, the defensive back, the corner on the near side, who was maybe just too close to the line of scrimmage. So that gives Free State a free first down, and it moves the ball to the 46-yard line. Free State coming out with the same formation, Baker alone in the shotgun. 4 receivers towards this near side of the field, 1 to the top side. 3 down linemen for Manhattan, showing a blitz off the right side. They bring 4. Baker's under pressure immediately, though, and he goes down instantly. A sack there on just a 4-man rush. Number 52, Garrison Vikander, got in there immediately.
And that was a great job there by Manhattan High, being able to get pressure right after a big-time penalty by the Manhattan Indians. I mean, that's the easiest way. Those little penalties are the easiest way to lose momentum, and gaining it back right there for Manhattan. Huge, huge sack.
A big loss for Baker back to the 38-yard line. Out of the shotgun, even numbers, 2 to each side. Here's a jet sweep play. They hand it off. Oh, a big hit, and he swarmed. The ball came out. Manhattan says they have it, and they do. It was Madden Bringham on the jet sweep. He got popped big time running towards the far sideline. The ball came out, and Manhattan's got it with great field position.
Yeah, Mekhi Michaelis coming up with the fumble as well. I mean, the Manhattan Indians, they look just unstoppable right now on defense. They're laying the wood right now on the Firebirds.
It was Brittingham on a jet sweep, and as he rounded right tackle, running to the right, he got hit hard. Ball popped out. Manhattan was on it immediately. And with 6:44 remaining in this first quarter, the Indians have it back in Free State territory at the 37-yard line with the ball on the far hash. Manhattan marched down the field pretty effortlessly on their opening drive. They lead 7-0 as they take over here. Aslan surveys the Free State defense. Here comes the blitz. It's a straight quarterback power off left guard. Aslan zigzags his way across the 30 inside near the 25. He's close to first down yardage. It looks like he's got it, and he does. They'll move the chains down to the 25-yard line, and a 12-yard run from Aslan.
Yeah, and Carter Aslan is doing a great job right now of being able to run through this Firebird defense as, he's what I would call a dual threat quarterback.
Well, look, when you run quarterback power like that, you get an extra blocker.
True.
And that has certainly helped Manhattan so far. Same formation, 2 receivers to the near side with 2 tight ends. Man in motion, it's Dobson. A straight handoff to Hudley, number 21, in dark blue. He gets slung to the turf. An impressive play there. Blaine Larkin made the play for Free State after a short gain of only 3 yards. Mentioned it, Hudley is a big back, listed at 210 pounds. So you've got Aslan, who's more shifty and dynamic as a runner at quarterback. And then if you want to just use a battering ram, you've got number 21, Hudley. He only gets 3 yards there, though, as the Free State defense stops him.
Yeah, that was a big stop right there by the Lawrence Firebirds because he could have ran for a little bit more. Hiram Vayono, was also in there on the tackle for the Firebirds.
Empty set now. Aslan looks to the bubble screen. Now he's under pressure. Tucks it away. He's going to run. Tries to stiff arm a defender at the 20 towards the near side. Oh, he took a big shot out of bounds, and that'll be an extra yardage. Ethan Prescott knocked Aslan way out of bounds, and Aslan got up and was trying to pump up the student section right over here on the near side. So that'll move the chains and give Manhattan some extra yardage. It's going to be half the distance to the goal here from the 17. So this should put them at 1st and goal inside the 10.
That is a very costly penalty right there for the Firebirds.
Who was trying to make the tackle, and Aslan was pretty clearly out of bounds, and Prescott just kind of bowled him over. Nothing ill with the intent. He was just sprinting over to try to make the tackle and didn't stop in time and just kind of ran him over out of bounds.
You've got to have a little bit of awareness there if you're playing with the Firebirds defense right now. I mean, you're in the red zone. You're already down 7-0 in the first quarter. I mean, you've got to be able to understand the circumstances here.
5:20 remaining in this first quarter. Here's a man in motion, a high snap, and Aslan handles it and hands it off to Hudley. He runs into a crowd, and it takes multiple Firebirds, but they drive him to the turf. Parker Moore, along with Blaine Larkin, on the tackle for Free State. 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line. 5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Manhattan leads 7-0 over Free State. And the Firebirds in desperate need of hoping to make a stand here. It is 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line with the ball on the right hash. As Manhattan breaks the huddle, it's in the shotgun. Aslan's got 2 running backs on either side of it. They've got 2 tight ends that they shift to the left. Now as an H-back as well, Hudley's in there. Led it to the left. Here they go with the straight quarterback power again off left guard. Aslan, this time he's swallowed up and driven backwards. Count them about 4 or 5 white jerseys, led by Blaine Larkin. Noah Rupp was in there as well. It's a big-time stop by the Free State defense as they drive Aslan back and answer the call in the red zone. But they got to do it one more time. It's 3rd and goal now at the 6-yard line. A loss of 2 on the play by Aslan.
That's a great job swarming to the ball, gang tackling there by the Firebird defense. I mean, that is just excellent red zone defense right there for the Firebirds.
And they needed to get here, Dan, on 3rd and goal from the 6. Manhattan went to their bread and butter on 2nd and goal with a quarterback run, and Free State stopped it. Where do the Indians turn to now? 2 receivers to the near side. Ball on the far hash. Aslan, it's a straight quarterback run again. He jukes away from one defender at the 5, but there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. They had him corralled, and they tackle him at the 5-yard line. It's 4th and goal, and Free State, with their backs against the wall, makes a stand, and Manhattan forced to settle for a field goal here.
Yeah, that's a great job there by the Firebird front defensive line right there, being able to swallow him up. They know how dangerous of a runner he is. Stopping him in the red zone, that is huge, only holding him to 3.
3:15 remaining in the quarter, and a field goal attempt here for Manhattan. The kick on the way, and Vikander drives it through. So it's 10-0 Manhattan, but boy, that feels like a big win for Free State. They get the fumble, and in plus territory, Manhattan recovers it at the 37-yard line. They get into the red zone. They get 1st and goal inside the 10-yard line, but Free State makes a big stand, and it's 10-0. Manhattan leads with 3:11 remaining in the first quarter. We'll take a short timeout. When we come back, Free State offense back on the field. You're listening to Firebird Football on 92.9 The Bull.
Enjoy all the excitement of football season at the 23rd Street Brewery. From the Jayhawks and college football to the NFL and even live-streamed Lawrence High and Free State football games, you can watch it all at the 23rd Street Brewery. Enjoy the games with your favorite menu item like the Bill Self Mac and Cheese, Naked Nachos, or the Haney Turkey Stack. And wash it all down with your favorite beer like a Wave the Wheat or Crimson Fog. 23rd Street Brewery on the corner of Clinton Parkway and Castle in Lawrence.
Welcome back to Manhattan High School here in Manhattan, Kansas. Alongside Daniel Courtwright, I'm Nick Springer, bringing you Free State Firebird football on 92.9 The Bull and also online streaming on YouTube.com. As Rylan Vikander will kick this ball off for Manhattan from left to right. He kicks a lob, lolly, end-over-end kick that's scooped up at about the 20-yard line by Ethan Prescott, and he gets swarmed under at about the 18. It was a tough kick to field. It popped up in the air. Prescott had to take a minute to sort of corral it, and then he gets swarmed by Manhattan at the 18-yard line. So not the greatest field position to start with from Free State on this second drive of the game with 3:04 remaining in this first quarter. They coughed it up on a fumble on their opening drive.
Yeah, Prescott did a good job there trying to be able to return that little pooch kick there by Manhattan. Returned it as best as he could, but Manhattan High, they did a great job of swarming to the ball, holding them at the 19-yard line.
Ball in the 19, as you said, Dan. A bunch set this time for Free State. They've got 4 receivers all in tight right next to the offensive line. It's a straight handoff running towards the near side with Noah Simpson, and he's got nowhere to go. Noah Simpson gets absolutely driven to the turf. A tackle there by Colby Outvigo on defense for Manhattan. Nowhere to go there for Simpson, who was arguably the player of the game last week. Arguably the player of the game last week for Free State against Shawnee Mission East. Almost over 80 yards rushing and a touchdown. But there, no gain on the play. 2nd and 10. They try a pass. 3-step drop for Baker. This time he's got time to throw, but that time is running out. He has to get rid of it as he just got absolutely decked. A flag comes down, and this could be a roughing the passer penalty as Baker, he got hit up high as he tried to throw that ball away. And this should be free yardage for Free State.
Yeah, Ryan Weischer was wide open down the field, but Manhattan just did a great job of pressuring the quarterback, flushing him out of the pocket.
Yeah, Baker was looking to his left the whole way, and then he went to scramble left, and as he released the ball, he just got decked and hit up high. So this is going to be a roughing the passer penalty against Manhattan. So that helps Free State, at least, if nothing else, get out of the shadow of their own goalposts, out to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, with a fresh set of downs, we'll see what Kevin Stewart and company can cook up here.
They go with an empty set, and 5 receivers. Trips towards the far side, to the near side, with Baker all alone out of the shotgun. 3 down linemen for Manhattan. They show a blitz up the left side. Here it comes with 4. Baker running out of time, throws it quickly, incomplete. And Baker again lying on his back as his own line helps him up. Manhattan came off the edge that time, and it looked like it flustered Baker. And he was looking for Landon Leipold, the son of Kansas football head coach Lance Leipold.
Yeah, Manhattan's doing a great job of getting pressure on the quarterback. The offensive line for the Firebirds needs to do a better job of picking up those blitzes, maybe getting the running back into some kind of pass pro.
Yeah, Kevin Stewart had mentioned that he felt like the offensive line was one of the biggest strengths of this team. He's got 4 returning starters on that offensive line, including Braden Wilness, who is another highly rated prospect, but struggling right now. 3 down again for Manhattan. Here's a man in motion on 2nd and 10. They hand it off to Simpson. Jukes away to the near side. He's at the 40. Lowers the shoulder at the 45. There's some laundry on the field behind the play, though, and this could be coming back. It smells like a hold. Sometimes you just catch a whiff of that dirty laundry, Dan, and you just get a sense of what this is going to be.
Yeah, and that was a great run there by Noah Simpson. I got a chance to sit down and talk with him at the Firebird 5th quarter. He does a little bit of everything, but yeah, it looks like it is a holding penalty.
So that wipes away a positive play for Free State, and that will back up the Firebirds inside their own 30. We'll see where they spot this ball. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so they'll spot it at the 30. So 2nd and 14 coming up for Free State. They need the 44-yard line for a first down. 3 receivers. They got an H-back on the left side. Simpson is to the right of Baker. Takes a chest-high snap. It's a straight dive play running right into the teeth of the Manhattan defense. Simpson does a good job to get through the initial surge, but then he's driven back into the turf. But his forward momentum will get him out to the 36-yard line. So a gain of about 6 yards on the run there by Simpson, right into the heart of the Manhattan defense. But now it's 3rd and long at the 36.
Yeah, the outside linebacker Landon Dobson there for the Manhattan High Indians did a great job of pushing Noah Simpson back into the backfield, stopping that forward momentum by the big back.
1:40 remaining in the quarter. 10-0 Free State trailing, and a big 3rd down here. Trying to keep this drive alive. 4 receivers. It's Brittingham in motion to the near side. Baker looking to pass. Plenty of time. Floats one up down the near sideline. Brittingham can't make the catch. Incomplete. Baker trying to drop one in the breadbasket of Brittingham, but just missed. And it's incomplete. On the coverage was Joseph Mortensen for Manhattan. And Free State on 4th and 8 from their own 36, we forced to punt this ball.
And that's excellent coverage there by Manhattan. Knowing the situation, you're 3rd and long, you know they're going to try to run it deep or at least get to the sticks, and that is absolutely great coverage there.
So now Yusuf Ishkandrani comes on for Free State, the do-it-all kicker punter, standing at his own 19-yard line. It's a low snap. Iskandrani bobbles it, but he picks it up. Still got plenty of time, and he does get away the kick as it bounces at the 34. It hit a Manhattan player. That's a live ball, and recovered by Manhattan at the 30-yard line. It was not the prettiest executed punt in the world, but Iskandrani gets it away, and that for a moment was scary for Manhattan. It bounced off of the backside of a Manhattan player blocking downfield, but the Indians fall on it at the 30-yard line, and that's where they'll take over with 1:18 remaining in this first quarter. Manhattan leading Free State 10-0.
And that's great awareness there by Nisbik Johnson, number 15 for Manhattan, being able to jump on that ball, understanding that, yeah, that is a live ball. As soon as it hits a Manhattan player, you got to jump on that.
The Free State defense back on the field again. They managed to hold in the red zone and force a field goal on the last drive after a turnover by the Free State offense on a fumble. Now Manhattan takes over at their own 30-yard line. Empty set with Aslan in the shotgun. Wanted to fake a little bubble screen. Now takes off on the run at the 30. Gets away from one defender, but finally they get him on the turf. Tackled there, number 37, Havea Hafoka, in on the tackle for Free State. With 60 seconds remaining in this first quarter, no gain on the play. It is 2nd and 10. And again, it was Aslan on the run. He hurt Free State with his legs in the playoffs last year, and he's done some damage in this first quarter, but Free State's starting to figure things out and contain him a little bit better.
Yeah, that was a great job there by the defense. And Hafoka wrapping up, big number 37, wrapping up the big back as well for no gain.
40 seconds left in the first quarter. 10-0 Manhattan leads. It's a waist-high snap for Aslan. Rolls out left. Throws one up for grabs in the air. It's complete on the far sideline. J.J. Dunigan with the catch at the 43. It's enough for a first down on a quick comeback route. And Aslan rolled out to his left, had time, set his feet, and completed the throw. 30 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
And that was a great job there by the Manhattan High wide receiver, finding out where the sticks are, knowing exactly where you need to break off at the top of your route, getting to the sticks, getting the first down. That's huge heading into the second quarter as there's 30 seconds left in the first quarter.
10-0 Free State trails against Manhattan. Ball on the far hash at the 42-yard line. 4 receivers this time for Manhattan, 2 to each side. Aslan looks at a 3-man front. Here comes a blitz off the edge of Parker Moore, but they run right through it. It's straight up the middle with Hudley staying on his feet, and he falls forward into Free State territory at the 48-yard line. He needed the 48 for a first down, and he just got there. It's a 10-yard run, and again the chains move, and the clock running with 20 seconds remaining in this first quarter, and it would appear as though Manhattan is content to let this run to the end of the quarter. 10-0. Manhattan leads over Free State. And the Indians are back into Firebird territory again as the first quarter comes to a close. Free State trails 10-0 against Manhattan. Second quarter action is coming up next. You're listening to Free State football on 92.9 The Bull.
The Anderson County Fair Association invites you to the Fall Demolition Derby, 7:30 this Saturday at the Fairgrounds in Garnett. General admission $10, kids 6 and under free, $25 pit passes. More info at AndersonCoFair.com. Hope to see you there.
Rituals. We get up, get dressed, and yes, put our pants on one leg at a time. It's true. People are creatures of habit. Heck, on game days, I bet you can't wait to get off work. Jump in the car, turn on the radio, you listen to the pregame or your favorite sports announcer while picking up your dry cleaning and heading home to watch the game. Just like a ritual or a habit, Scott's Dry Cleaners, family-owned business, has been proud to serve the Lawrence and Topeka area throughout the years. Clothing and cleaning styles may have changed, but their work and service is the same. ScottCleaners.com.
Welcome back to Manhattan High School. Here in Manhattan, Kansas, I'm Nick Springer, alongside our broadcast partner, Daniel Courtwright. It's Free State football on 92.9 The Bull and streaming online at YouTube.com. Start of the second quarter, a rough first quarter for Free State, down 10-0 against Manhattan. And to start the second quarter, Manhattan has it driving in Free State territory. In the second quarter, the Indians will move from right to left down the field. They're at the 48-yard line of Free State. And to start this second quarter, it's an empty set for Aslan. You bring a man in motion, but now flags fly. An anticlimactic start to the quarter. 5-yard penalty for false start against Manhattan will back them up back into their own territory. Manhattan, on their first drive of the game, went right down the field and scored a touchdown. Then they got a fumble at the Free State 37-yard line and got the ball back, but the Firebird defense stood tall and forced a field goal. Now Free State would love to not give up any points on this drive and get their offense back on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a big defensive stand here for the Free State Firebirds, as there's another empty set. At least there's an H-back.
They bring a man in motion. It's Dunigan. Fake it to him on a jet sweep. Here goes Aslan again. Great patience on the run, and he escapes at the 40 of Free State, at the 30 to the 25. Prescott finally chases him out of bounds and then throws him down on the far sideline. No flag, though. It's still a big run from Carter Aslan down inside the 25-yard line of Free State.
Yeah, that was a huge run there by Carter Aslan, being able to bounce it back. He does such a good job at finding just green grass and getting forward progress on the run. That's a great job there by the dual threat quarterback.
Yeah, Aslan, what's most impressed me so far in this game is his patience. He's a very patient runner. Now 4 receivers, 2 each side, with Hudley, the running back, to the left of Aslan. They hand it to him running straight ahead, and he falls forward to about the 21. Aslan took a shot from Parker Moore as he went to make that handoff. And he's talking to the official, probably saying something along the lines of, hey, he hit me. The official saying, it's football. You're going to get hit. 11:25 remaining in the second quarter. 10-0. Manhattan leads, and they are approaching the red zone once again here. The ball's at the 21-yard line, 2nd and 6. Or 2nd and 7, really. They need the 14 for a first down. 2 H-backs to the left of the offensive line for Aslan. Rolling out to his left. Oh, was looking to throw it back to Hudley, but it was read well, and then intercepted! Intercepted by Free State! What a play! Havoka with the pick for the Firebirds. A flag comes down late. Aslan, they were trying to set up a reverse screen pass back to Hudley, and it was completely covered, and then Aslan just threw it anyways, and Havoka picked him off. The flag came down, by the way, Dan, after the play. So we will see what this penalty is going to be. As it stands, Free State is going to take over. But the officials have come together to discuss this penalty. And I haven't seen a signal yet on the penalty. Oh, here we go. Here comes our white hat to give us hopefully some kind of signal. I think they're trying to figure out what the penalty is. Joe Schartz, the head coach for Manhattan, is out. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Free State after the interception. So, most important there, Free State maintains possession, but they are now backed up inside their 15 at the 11 after the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. We did not get a number on that, by the way, but unsportsmanlike after the play against the Firebirds.
Yeah, just when the Firebirds had a sort of a glimmer of hope there with that interception, I mean, you just can't do that. Those silly mistakes are what's going to cost you kind of in the long run.
So that backs up Free State to their own 11 with 11 minutes remaining in this second quarter. Down 10-0 after the turnover. They start with a handoff to Weischer. He pinballs around, running off left guard, and eventually Manhattan drives him back for a short gain of maybe a yard. And they won't even give him a yard. They'll just give him back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 now at the 11. Free State moving from left to right in this second quarter. 10-0, the Firebirds trail. A pistol formation with 2 receivers to each side. Weischer stands behind Baker, who surveys the Manhattan defense. 3 down linemen for Manhattan. Chest high snap for Baker. Play action pass, slings it over the middle, and it's broken up. Incomplete. Baker got hit as he was throwing. He was looking for Leipold on a quick slant. And there were 2 defenders in the area. There were 2 defenders in the area for Manhattan. And that brings up 3rd down and 10 for Free State.
And that's absolutely great coverage there by Manhattan High. I mean, that outside linebacker who was covering Landon Leipold so well, great job there by Manhattan High breaking up that pass.
Baker stands at his own 6-yard line on a 3rd and 10. Stepping back to pass. They want a screen in the middle of the field. It's caught by Simpson, and he is suplexed to the turf after basically no gain. The Manhattan defense forces a quick 3 and out. Free State was pinned back after the unsportsmanlike conduct on the interception, and they will have to punt this ball away. They wanted a screen pass to Simpson, and he had nowhere to go.
And that was Garrison Vikander on the tackle for the Indians. That was a great job sniffing that screen pass out.
Yeah, I mean, I would say what Vikander just did is textbook tackling.
Yeah.
Wrapped him up and just absolutely slammed him to the turf.
Absolutely.
Now Ishkandrani, 4 yards deep in his own end zone, will try to punt this ball away. He gets it off, a wobbly kick. It's bobbled by Dunigan. It's up in the air. It's picked up by Free State. Dunigan bobbled it up in the air and knocked it up. It's picked up by the Firebirds. The ball never even hit the ground. Dunigan, it ricocheted off him a couple times. He knocked it up in the air, and Free State recovers.
What a costly mistake there by the Manhattan High Indians. You cannot do that. If there's a ball in the air, when you're returning a punt, you have to at least get on it or something. If you don't think you can catch it, you just get away from it at that point. But this is absolutely huge for the Firebirds. They needed this momentum shift, get them into midfield, try to get some points on the board before they go in for halftime.
Ball at the 48 of Manhattan. Dunigan, the star player for Manhattan. A mistake there, though. They go to the ground game with Noah Simpson, and he falls forward across the 45 to the 43 for a decent gain on first down. And that's been the issue for Free State. Their past couple drives, they've been getting stonewalled on first down, and it's just set them back on the chains. But here they get a decent run on first down of 5 yards to get them across the 45 of Manhattan to the 43. So J.J. Dunigan, who is arguably one of the top prospects in the state of Kansas at the high school level in the class of 2026, with a mistake there on a punt, he muffed it, knocked it up in the air, and Free State took it away. 2 turnovers in the game now for Free State. They couldn't capitalize off the interception, but here they have much better field position. On 2nd and 5, they go to the ground again with Simpson, and this time much less success for Noah Simpson, maybe a yard to the 42-yard line. It's 3rd and 4, 8:38 remaining in this second quarter with Free State trailing 10-0.
That's a great job there by the Manhattan High linebackers being able to get Simpson down, because once Simpson gets into the open field, there's no taking him down. He is an athlete through and through. That's how he self-describes himself, at least. He's an ATH. That's what he calls his position.
With 8:20 remaining in this second quarter, you have to wonder if this isn't 4-down territory for Free State, if they don't have 2 plays to get 4 yards. 3rd and 4 at the 42, looking for the 38. They run a reverse. It's a little handoff to the fullback. It's Brittingham. He was looking for running room off right guard, cut it back to the middle of the field. He did not get the first down. Tackled just inside the 41, almost to the 40. So 4th and a long 2, almost 3 yards coming up here after the inside handoff to Brittingham gets him about 1.5 yards. And just as I suspected, Dan, Free State lining up to go for this. No questions about it. They try to get Manhattan to jump initially. Now they look back towards the far sideline. Still 15 seconds on the play clock. Plenty of time to work with for Free State. Now 7.5 minutes remaining in this second quarter. And whistles, a timeout taken by the Firebirds. Kevin Stewart calls his first timeout of the half with 7:32 remaining in this second quarter, ahead of a 4th and 3 play coming up for Free State. And this is, Dan, by far the biggest play of the game for the Firebird offense. Down 10-0, off the turnover on the muffed punt by Dunigan. This is by far your best chance to really try to get some points on the board. You're facing a 4th and 3 here at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, I would say so, and especially converting a 4th down here. And actually, it looks like maybe there is a change of personnel. Maybe they're bringing out the punt team as we speak.
So some second guessing by Coach Kevin Stewart. And you're right, Dan. It looks like the punt team is on the field here for the Firebirds coming out of this timeout. So on 4th and 3 from the 41-yard line, Kevin Stewart will like to punt this ball away.
Yeah, I like
the Free State defense has stiffened up, Dan. And if you're trying to flip the field position, this would be a way to do it. So they're going to trust Ishkandrani with a punt here. Manhattan sends Dunigan back again, although now he comes up near the line of scrimmage. So basically no returner for Manhattan. Now Dunigan does run back again to about the 15-yard line. On 4th and 3, Ishkandrani will punt it away from his 45. It's in the air, a pretty strong punt. Dunigan fields it cleanly this time at the 6-yard line of Manhattan. So they do a good job there, but Free State does, of flipping the field. And Kevin Stewart trusting his defense here to get another stop. 7:25 remaining in this second quarter. Still 10-0 Manhattan leads.
Yeah, and if I was Dunigan there, I think I maybe would have tried to let that ball go into the end zone. I mean, he caught it at the 5-yard line, looked like it had sort of a frontward roll to it, so they definitely would have had better field position there. But like you said, this Free State Firebird defense has really tightened up, so I think this is going to be a big stop here for the Firebirds if they're able to get it some good field position and stop this Manhattan offense.
First and 10 from the 6-yard line for Manhattan. They go with a little counter play, and it's swallowed up. A big-time stop. Hiram Vellano absolutely gobbled up the counter for a loss. A huge play there by a big man in the interior for Free State, and it's 2nd and long.
And that's a great job there by the Free State defense. Like we were just saying, I mean, they have absolutely tightened up in this game, being able to stop this high-octane offense by the Manhattan High Indians.
We go under 7 minutes remaining in this second quarter. A loss of 2 yards back to the 5-yard line after they spotted at the 7. So there's now 2nd and 12 at the 5-yard line. Manhattan moving from right to left. In the second quarter, they've got 4 receivers. Hudley, the running back, now he motions out. Empty set for Aslan. He's all alone. Standing 3 yards deep in his own end zone. Lofts one high in the air in the middle of the field. It's caught at the 40-yard line. Tripped up from behind across midfield. A big play for Manhattan into Free State territory. Aslan lofted one up into the night sky, and the pass is caught by Landon Dobson for Manhattan on a big play.
That is an absolutely huge play. Great job there by the wide receiver being able to stack his man. He actually had 2 guys covering him, but he just was able to outrun him and grab that ball, get him into midfield.
It looks like there was a penalty on the play after as well, Dan, as they're marking off an additional 15 against Free State.
That's a costly mistake.
Yeah, I mean, that turns into about almost a 70-yard play. They go from their own 5-yard line, Manhattan does, all the way to the Free State 32-yard line.
Yeah, very costly mistake there by the Firebirds.
That's literally a 67-yard play, 63-yard play. And that completely wipes away everything Free State had done in the past 30 seconds of this game. 6:32 remaining in this second quarter. They go back to the ground game, Manhattan does, and again, Free State stonewalls him. Hudley had nowhere to go. He was wrapped up quickly there by Blaine Larkin for no gain.
And that was big Hafea Hafoka in the backfield there. The 6'2", 205-pound senior linebacker for the Firebirds being able to wrap up the big running back for Manhattan.
And now this will be a real test for this Free State defense, trying to shake off that big play they just surrendered with Manhattan at the 32-yard line of the Firebirds. 3 receivers, 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Hudley is to the left of Aslan, who surveys the Free State defense. 3-man rush, a quick hook route on the far side. It's caught by Dunigan, spins off 1 defender, but there's 2 more there to drive him out of bounds. Ethan Prescott finishing up that play on the Free State bench. A short gain to Dunigan across the 30 to the 29. 10-0 Manhattan leads, 5.5 minutes remaining in this second quarter. 3rd down and a long 7, basically 3rd and 8 from the 30-yard line. They need the 22 for a first down. 3 receivers. Dunigan is the guy to keep an eye on, all alone on the far side of the field, right in front of the Free State sideline. 3 receivers again as Aslan looks over the defense. Here comes a blitz off the left side. Picked up cleanly, though. Aslan's got plenty of time. Throws one high in the air, looking for Dunigan. He goes up for it, and it's incomplete. Dunigan could not make the catch. About 4 yards deep in the end zone on the far side. Noah Rupp was in coverage for Free State. Dunigan skied for it, but couldn't come down with the catch. And it's 4th down and 8 at the 32-yard line. And an interesting decision here for Manhattan. They're probably out of field goal range at the 30, but you don't want to be punting from the Free State 30.
Right. Yeah,
so
it's kind of a weird gray area right now in terms of field position for the Manhattan High Indians.
Yeah, on 4th and 8, they are lining up to go for it with 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. And now a timeout taken by Manhattan. So Manhattan calls time to think this one over, and we'll think it over with them with a timeout. 10-0 Free State trails against Manhattan. A 4th and 8 coming up, 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. We'll take a short break. You're listening to Free State football on 92.9 The Bull.
Hey Jayhawk fans, Brian Haney here. I think this upcoming season is going to be one of the most memorable years in the history of KU football. And I'm going to be smiling from ear to ear, as bright as ever with those pearly whites. And we're doing all that winning thanks to my friends at the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. Not only with the Zoom whitening process I went through last winter, but the twice-a-year checkups with my personal dentist, Dr. Kelly Dummerth, have my smile looking better than ever. So as we're winning games left and right and smiling extra bright, I'm thankful for my friends at the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry in Lawrence.
92.9 The Bull.
Welcome back to Manhattan High School here in Manhattan, Kansas. I'm Nick Springer alongside my broadcast partner Daniel Courtwright. 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. 10-0. Free State trails against Manhattan, and it's 4th and 8 for Manhattan at the Free State 30-yard line. Out of this timeout, the Indians are lining up to go for it here in kind of a weird gray area for them. So they'll go for it on 4th and 8 from the 30. They need the 22 for a first down. Empty set for Aslan. Fakes a little bubble screen. Now wants to go up top. He's got a man open. Oh, it's incomplete. He was looking towards the near side for Gabe Summerlin. They faked the bubble screen, tried to sneak somebody out downfield. Summerlin, it was not the greatest pass from Aslan, and Summerlin did not have the time to adjust. It's a turnover on down to the 30-yard line, and Free State will take over with 4:53 remaining in the second quarter.
That's a big defensive stop there by the Firebirds. Josiah Smith on the coverage as Gabe Summerlin just could not keep his feet under him. He was a little open, still covered pretty heavily by Josiah Smith, but that's exactly what the Firebirds need with 4:53 left in this first half.
So the question becomes, can Free State put together one drive here to end the half? The Firebirds will get the ball to start the second half as well. 10-0. Baker, first play, throws it up for grabs down the far sideline. Oh, it's broken up at the last second. It looked like for a moment Free State had a big play to Liam Stromberg, but it's broken up at the last second on the far sideline by the Manhattan defense.
And that's an excellent job on defense there by the Manhattan High Indians as Stromberg, he had his man stacked and he was running down the far sideline. Just great defensive effort there by the Manhattan High Indians.
Yeah, the pass was a little bit behind Stromberg, and that helped them break it up. Now they go to the ground here on 2nd and 10 with Simpson. Crosses the 30 to the 35, and he falls to the 37-yard line. So a nice run there on 2nd and 10. 4:35 remaining in the half. Free State has 2 timeouts left also. They'd love to put together a drive here to get some points on the board before the end of the half.
And Noah Simpson is a hard runner. I mean, like I said, once that guy gets into open field, he's tough to get down.
On 3rd and 3 from the 37, Free State goes with an empty set. Baker is all alone out of the shotgun. Flags fly before the snap. And this could be a significant call if it backs up the Firebirds. Oh, it goes against Manhattan. And on 3rd and 3, Free State is gifted a first down. Second time that's happened tonight, by the way, that Free State's picked up a first down via penalty from Manhattan.
Yeah, Manhattan's had a few of those, getting the Firebirds back into pretty good field position, giving them a fresh set of downs right now. Let's see if the Firebirds can take care of this opportunity. 1st
and 10 at the 42-yard line. They go back to the ground with Simpson churning the legs, but he's not going to get much running off left guard. A short gain for Simpson there to the 44. They'll give him 2 yards on the run. 3:55 remaining in the quarter, so still plenty of time to work with for Free State. No need to feel rushed as they approach midfield. 10-0 the Firebirds trail. Empty set again for Baker. Wipes his hands on his towel hanging from his back of his pants, and here he goes for the pass. Throws it short on an out route, and it was caught. A great catch by Simpson. He somehow extended for a one-handed catch and reeled it in. He only gained a yard on the play. Out to the 45. And now it's 3rd and 7.
That's a great job there by Noah Simpson, being able to reel that ball in. Like you said, only a gain of a yard there by Simpson, but still a great catch there and a great chemistry there by Boston Baker and Noah Simpson.
3:05 remaining in the half. They check back towards the far sideline for the play call. Baker barks out some orders to his offensive line. He's got Simpson in his left hip pocket, and before the snap, a timeout. 2:51 remaining in the first half, and Free State calls their second timeout on a 3rd and 8 play with 2:51 remaining and trailing at 10-0. Both teams will huddle up to talk things over. We'll huddle up as well and take a break. You're listening to Free State Football on 92.9 The Bull.
Sigler Pharmacy believes that being a local Lawrence pharmacy means providing personalized healthcare services. Sigler is always striving to make your experience simple and easy. Did you know that Sigler Pharmacy has a new app? From your phone, you can text your pharmacist, manage medication refills, and set reminders. Download it from the Apple App Store or Google Play. Visit SiglerPharmacy.com or stop by any location to learn more.
92.9 The Bull.
Welcome back to Manhattan, Kansas. I'm Nick Springer alongside our broadcast partner, Daniel Courtwright. 2:51 remaining in this first half, 10-0 Free State trails. And an all-important 3rd and 8 play coming up out of the timeout. 4 receivers for the Firebirds, with Baker surveying the Manhattan defense. They send a man in motion, 3 towards the near side. Baker looks that way, steps him in the pocket. He is sacked. At the 40-yard line, Evan Middleton gets a hold of Baker. And with 2:40 remaining in the half, it's 4th and long. And you'd think Free State will have to punt this ball away and trust that the defense can find a way to get a stop here late in the half.
Looks like the offense is staying out there on the field. Oh, no, the punt team is actually huddled over there on the far sideline.
Yeah, it's 4th and 12 from the 40-yard line. And the punt team will run onto the field for Free State.
That was a big sack there by Evan Middleton.
The play clock is running down here, Dan. They got 5 seconds to snap this ball. Now 3. Ishkanjani does get it. It's a low snap, but he fields it cleanly. Punts it away. A nice kick that goes all the way and bounces at the 12-yard line, rolls inside the 10, scooped up there by Manhattan, and now back out to the 15, to the 20, spinning away from 2 defenders, and he's finally tackled. A strong return there by Nisbick Johnson from Manhattan. He scooped it up at about the 7-yard line and ran it out to almost the 24. And so with 1:52 remaining, Manhattan has 2 timeouts left in the first half. And Free State hoping to just batten down the hatches and not give up any more points before the end of the half. (10-0) Manhattan leads. 1:52 remaining in this first half. And here come the Indians out at the 23-yard line. How aggressive do they want to be? With 2 timeouts left. They were dominant in the first quarter on offense, but Free State's defense has figured some things out and slowed down this Manhattan offense. They start with a read option play. Aslan keeps it, and again the Firebirds swarm him for a loss of a yard. They are keying in heavily on Aslan in the ground game. Is this Free State defense, and starting to turn it up. 2nd and 11 at the 22 after a loss of 1. 90 seconds remaining in the half. Manhattan doesn't appear to be in much of a hurry. And this is fine if you're Free State. This is perfectly fine. I think if you're Free State, you would love to get to half of your down 10-0. Out of the shotgun. Play clock under 10 now as 2 men go in motion for Manhattan to the left side of their offensive line. Aslan scans the defense. A high snap, another read option play. He bounces it to the outside, but again, there are 3 jerseys there. Josiah Smith, Parker Moore, all in on the tackle for Free State, along with Pro Bengoa. Under a minute now, 50 seconds remaining in the half. And Manhattan is in absolutely no rush. Free State has just 1 timeout remaining. And again, I think if you're the Firebirds at this point, you would love nothing more than to see zeros on that clock to end the half.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you're the Firebirds, you need to be watching deep, watching for something, because I'm not entirely sure what the Manhattan High Indians are going to be drawing up here to close out this first half of play.
The clock continues to run down to 20 seconds left in the half.
Oh.
Aslan's under center. He'll just take a knee. So they will just take a knee and go to half. 10-0 Manhattan leads after the first half. And if you're Free State, considering how the game started, I think you have to feel pretty good about your situation. You would have loved to have gotten some points on the board there late in the half. But as it stands, Manhattan leads 10-0 over Lawrence Free State. The Indians really dominated the first quarter against Free State, but the Firebirds showed some resilience in the second. The opening drive from Manhattan, they marched right down the field against the Free State defense. It was capped off by a Carter Aslan touchdown run to make it 7-0. The Free State offense then fumbled the ball right back on their opening drive to Manhattan. But the defense stood tall in the red zone. They stopped Aslan on a couple of quarterback runs and forced Manhattan to kick a field goal in the first quarter to make it 10-0. And from there on out, the Free State defense played pretty well. They got an interception. They also got a muffed punt. It didn't. I wanted to say it bounced their way, Dan, but it didn't bounce. The ball hit the ground.
Yeah.
So they got that, and the defense was able to make some plays, but the offense for Free State still struggling, and this is more of the same, I think, for Free State going back to their first game of the season against Shawnee Mission East. The offense just still slogging through some of their plays, and Baker not looking totally comfortable. He's been under pressure tonight by the Manhattan defense. I think pass protection was a bit of an issue in that first half for Free State offensively. But, you know, when you think back to how this Free State offense operated for the last 2 years with Wesley Ezen at quarterback, he was the answer to every question they had. If they were struggling, Edison would find a way to get things going for the offense. And they don't have that right now with Baker, with the wide receivers. I think Noah Simpson is doing all he can, but Free State, they are going to need something to resuscitate this offense in the second half. Otherwise, I think Manhattan's just going to kind of grind them down just like we saw last year in the playoffs. Yeah,
and I think every time you lose such a high-octane quarterback like that, like Wesley Edison from last year, you get Boston Baker in this year. His is his first time starting in a varsity game, so things are going to be a little different. Obviously, chemistry is going to be a little different, and I think Noah Simpson is doing a great job picking up the brunt work of the run game for the Firebirds, but at the same time, I think the pass protection is really going to be a key coming out of the locker rooms for the second half of play for the Firebirds, and I can only imagine that Coach Kevin Stewart is telling them right now as they enter the locker room that, you know, the offensive line needs to do a better job of pass pro and protecting their quarterback.
Yeah, Boston Baker, he is a senior, but he's been out with injury for the past 2 years. He has an interesting story. Tore both his ACLs in both legs for the past 2 years. So even though he is a senior, he, as you said, Dan, doesn't necessarily maybe have that senior experience you would expect from a senior player. And, yeah, the spark has got to come from somewhere, whether it's the receivers, whether it's the ground game. Something's got to get this Free State offense going because right now it just feels like they are stuck in the mud, and it's going to be tough for them to score because they were really gifted an opportunity with the muff punt by Manhattan that got them the ball in Manhattan territory, and they couldn't capitalize, unable to really do much at the end of the first half as well. So the story of this game is the offense needing to find a way to kickstart things in the second half because the defense certainly figured it out in the second quarter for Free State, right? They kind of got out of the gates really blown away on that opening drive by Manhattan, but a great response from the Free State defense, and they really turned up and started to bottle up Carter Aslan.
Yeah, I think those first two drives, I would imagine that the Firebirds probably want them back. Like you said, they opened up the game, the Manhattan Indians did, and they just drove right down the field. They had two huge plays to start off the game, drove right down the field, punched in a touchdown, and like you said on the second drive, the Firebird red zone defense was actually really well. They held up really well, held them to only 3, and then they have been playing great this entire time ever since then. So I would imagine that they probably want those first two drives back, the Free State Firebirds do. And if they play their defense, they play that brand of defense that they have been playing heading into halftime, they're going to be fine. They just need to get the offense rolling.
Yeah, and I think for Manhattan, they're probably a bit frustrated to only be up 10. I mean, they had some drives with the offense. They threw the pick that was near the red zone. They had another drive. They got down to the Free State 30 and couldn't score. So I think for Manhattan, they're probably feeling a bit flustered that they're only up 10 in this game right now. They probably feel like they had a chance to maybe really put this thing away early with a couple of drives in the second quarter, but they couldn't do it. Free State's defense was able to shut them down, and their lead is only 10 for Manhattan at the half. 10-0 Free State trails, but Free State will get the ball first to start the second half coming up. And I think it's safe to say that that drive will be very consequential in terms of setting the tone for the rest of this game for Free State because, again, I think the Firebirds, if they're unable to get anything going on their opening drive of the second half, it feels like this Manhattan squad is going to slowly grind them down, and it'll be even more difficult to try to come back.
Yeah, and there's been a few costly mistakes on both ends of the ball. I mean, when you look at the the late hit out of bounds for the Firebirds and the muffed punt over there by the Manhattan. I mean, both teams have had some costly mistakes in this first half of play. So really looking forward to seeing how they do in terms of making those kind of adjustments and playing their brand of football.
Free State also hurt themselves with some penalties in that first half as well. A couple of personal fouls that really stung at different times for Free State. But Manhattan also gave away some first downs on defense with some offside penalties as well. So both teams maybe not totally thrilled with how they've been discipline-wise in the first half, but it is Manhattan on top, 10-0 over Lawrence Free State, as the Manhattan High Band gives us some halftime entertainment at the moment. And we're going to take a break.
And it all comes down to this. 4th and goal. Matt, take yourself inside the huddle. What play are you calling?
I'm saying, let's go to 23rd Street Brewery.
Right now?
Yeah.
It's the biggest play of the game.
No better time than that. There's no better spot to watch football than 23rd Street Brewery. We've got the Lions, the Firebirds, of course the Jayhawks, and all the NFL action.
Well, we better get out of here fast to catch the ending of the game. Dibs on the Haney turkey stack.
That's the 23rd Street Brewery, corner of Clinton Parkway and Castle.
The Anderson County Fair Association invites you to the Fall Demolition Derby, 7:30 this Saturday at the Fairgrounds in Garnett. General admission $10, kids 6 and under free, $25 pit passes. More info at andersoncofair.com. Hope to see you there.
People are creatures of habit. You know what I mean? You get up, you get dressed, you barely have time to eat. If you're lucky, you didn't walk out without your cell phone, but you did remember the dry cleaning. In today's busy world, we may or may not have coffee on the way out the door to school or work. Thank goodness for Scotch Dry Cleaners, because Linda knows just how to put that morning smile right on my face when Billy isn't behaving in the back seat. Scotch Dry Cleaners. They are more than just cleaners. They are family. Family owned and operated. 10 locations, Lawrence and Topeka.
Hey Jayhawk fans, Brian Haney here. I think this upcoming season is going to be one of the most memorable years in the history of KU football. And I'm going to be smiling from ear to ear, as bright as ever with those pearly whites. And we're doing all that winning thanks to my friends at the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. Not only with the Zoom whitening process I went through last winter, but the twice-a-year checkups with my personal dentist, Dr. Kelly Dummerth, have my smile looking better than ever. So as we're winning games left and right and smiling extra bright, I'm thankful for my friends at the
Rituals. We get up, get dressed, and yes, put our pants on one leg at a time. It's true. People are creatures of habit. Heck, on game days, I bet you can't wait to get off work. Jump in the car, turn on the radio, you listen to the pregame or your favorite sports announcer while picking up your dry cleaning and heading home to watch the game. Just like a ritual or a habit, Scott's Dry Cleaners, family-owned business, has been proud to serve the Lawrence and Topeka area throughout the years. Clothing and cleaning styles may have changed, but their work and service is the same. ScotchCleaners.com.
The Anderson County Fair Association invites you to the Fall Demolition Derby, 7:30 this Saturday at the Fairgrounds in Garnett. General admission $10, kids 6 and under free, $25 pit passes. More info at andersoncofair.com. Hope to see you there.
92.9 The Boat.
Welcome back to Manhattan High here in Manhattan, Kansas. I'm Nick Springer alongside my broadcast partner, Daniel Corey. Thanks very much for spending a Thursday night with us. We listen to some Free State football on the airwaves on 92.9 The Bull and also streaming online at youtube.com as well. As Free State right now searching for answers on the offensive side of the ball as they trail 10-0 at the halftime break against Manhattan. It was a pretty dominant first quarter from Manhattan. Free State tightened things up on defense in the second quarter, but the offense continuing to sputter for the Firebirds, and that carried over from last week against Shawnee Mission East. The difference was last week in Shawnee Mission East, it was a situation where they just weren't getting the ball very much because Shawnee Mission East was playing so much ball control offense and really draining the clock. In this game against Manhattan, it's been more about the offense for Free State really just struggling to get anything going against this Manhattan defense. Boston Baker's been under pressure pretty much immediately on a lot of his throws. The run game has been inconsistent, I would say, for Free State. They did get it going more in the second quarter with Noah Simpson as they had some more success there. Weisher also had a decent run as well in the second quarter for Free State, but it just feels like the Firebirds need a big play or something to loosen up this offense and get them rolling in the second half. Free State will get the ball to start the second half as they trail 10-0. So you'd like to see them get something going immediately to start the second half to inject some life into that offense. By the way, it is on the other side back in Lawrence. Lawrence High taking on Junction City. And it is Lawrence 28, Junction City 21, with 5 minutes left in the first half of that game, with Joel Becker and Matt Llewellyn on the call over on KLWN. So a high-scoring affair there, 28-21, with still 5 minutes left in the first half. Meanwhile, over here, we've got a bit of a defensive slugfest after that first quarter. I was worried that Manhattan was maybe going to run away with this game, Dan, late in the first quarter. But I think the Free State defense deserves a lot of credit for stepping up, making some plays, being opportunistic, and keeping this game within reach for Free State at this point, because late in the first quarter, it looked like Manhattan was maybe in a position to just literally and metaphorically with Carter Aslan run away with this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And Carter Aslan, he is a threat in the run game. He is the definition of a dual threat quarterback. But like you said, the Firebird defense, they definitely picked it up there towards the back half of the first half. And but yeah, the offense just needs to get it going. I mean, the offense last week against Shawnee Mission East, you look at some of the stats. I mean, Boston Baker, he had 121 yards through the air. The defense, by the way, only holding Shawnee Mission East to 37. Shawnee Mission East did like to run the ball a little bit more, as they had 231 yards on the day. But at the same time, I mean, the defense, they're holding up surprisingly well, especially holding Carter Aslan. They knew he was going to be a threat in the run game. They've done a great job in terms of stopping him just after those first two drives. And those first two drives, as I said it before, those definitely are two drives that the Firebirds are going to want back.
Yeah, and Shawnee Mission East, by the way, Dan, they employed what I like to call the Nick Springer playbook for College Football 25, which is HB dive.
Ooh,
we're just going to run the ball.
Fun.
HB dive, straight up the middle every time. That's what Shawnee Mission East did, and they ran the clock down. I'm sure it was a very frustrating game for the Free State offense, just in the sense that they didn't get very many possessions.
Right.
This game has been frustrating for them in a different way, in the sense that they've been getting the ball, but just haven't been able to get anything going. So that'll be the key we'll be keeping an eye on to start the second half. We're just a few minutes away from kickoff, as I think both teams are getting ready to return back to the field out of the locker rooms soon here from Manhattan. We'll take one more time out here on the halftime show. You're listening to Free State Football on 92.9 The Bull.
The Anderson County Fair Association invites you to the Fall Demolition Derby, 7:30 this Saturday at the Fairgrounds in Garnett. General admission $10, kids 6 and under free, $25 pit passes. More info at andersoncofair.com. Hope to see you there.
Sigler Pharmacy believes that being a local Lawrence pharmacy means providing personalized healthcare services. Sigler experience simple and easy. Did you know that Sigler Pharmacy has a new app? From your phone, you can text your pharmacist, manage medication refills, and set reminders. Download it from the Apple App Store or Google Play. Visit SiglerPharmacy.com or stop by any location to learn more.
The Anderson County Fair Association invites you to the Fall Demolition Derby, 7:30 this Saturday at the Fairgrounds in Garnett. General admission $10, kids 6 and under free, $25 pit passes. More info at andersoncofair.com. Hope to see you there.
Enjoy all the excitement of football season at the 23rd Street Brewery. From the Jayhawks and college football to the NFL and even live-streamed Lawrence High and Free State football games, you can watch it all at the 23rd Street Brewery. Enjoy the games with your favorite menu item like the Bill Self Mac and Cheese, Naked Nachos, or the Haney Turkey Stack. And wash it all down with your favorite beer like a Wave the Wheat or Free Brewery on the corner of Clinton Parkway and Castled in Lawrence.
92.9 The Bull.
Welcome back to Manhattan High School here in Manhattan, Kansas. I'm Nick Springer alongside my broadcast partner, Daniel Courtwright. Thanks so much for joining us tonight for Free State Football on your airwaves, as we are just a few minutes away from the return to action here in the second half for Free State. And we've been talking a lot about this offense of Free State, and I'm sure it was a topic of conversation as well in the Free State locker room at the half, as the Firebird offense really unable to get too much going in that first half as they trailed 10-0. And again, this first drive for the Firebirds will be very consequential, I think, in setting the tone for the rest of the game for Free State. As both teams are back on the field warming up, Manhattan in their home dark blue uniforms, blue jerseys with blue football pants, white lettering and white numbering on the jerseys with red outline and a white M. White M on the helmets of Manhattan. Free State in all white uniforms, white jerseys with white football pants, green lettering of Free State, but then they've got silver numbering on the jerseys for Free State. A pretty strong crowd. Free State fans traveled pretty well on the far side to support their Firebirds. Of course, Manhattan, they have a great tradition of football here at Manhattan High School. They've got a great group of fans. Dan, I believe I was looking. It appears as though there was a theme tonight that we were not informed of. I don't. What do you want to call this? Cowboy night, I guess. Western nights.
Maybe.
I should have brought my Stetson hat. I would have thrown that on, and my cowboy boots with my spurs. I would have worn all that if I had known that.
Well, you used to wear that to work. You used to wear that to work a lot.
Oh yeah. I would hike myself up by my belt buckle, and I would have the giant belt buckle that takes up like my entire chest. And
nice
my cowboy hat.
You won that at a rodeo, didn't you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Greatest 8 seconds of my life to win that on the while riding the bull.
Well, hey, I'm wearing a camo shirt right now that says 92.9 The Bull, so I kind of sort of got the memo a little bit.
You're on theme a little bit.
Yeah.
You're on theme a little bit. Yeah, I would have worn my button-down shirts, my plaid button-down shirt.
Snaps. Yeah.
I would have done everything had I known. But
it's hanging up in your closet right now.
I know. It's just there, just waiting. It's like my bat suit, my Batman suit. It's just waiting for me to put it on. But nobody told me. Nobody told me that there was a cowboy night. Honestly, shout out to the Manhattan High students. They did a pretty good job. They're on theme. They've got. Looks like they did a pretty good job of doing the theme night. So
I've seen a lot of cowboy hats down there, and a great job. It's a great crowd here on the home side of things.
Yeah. Manhattan always has a strong crowd that can get loud and rowdy as well. Free State down 10-0, and Dan, Free State's going to need a lot more than 8 seconds to get back in this game, as they're down 10, and they will get the ball first to start the second half. But this opening drive, I think a lot rides on it for the Firebirds.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to get some sort of momentum heading in to this second half of play. I mean, they know their defense is rolling right now. They just need to get something started on the offensive side of the ball.
The sun, by the way, has fully set. The lights are on here in Manhattan. It is a beautiful night. Temperatures in the 70s. Perfect evening for football. We've been pretty fortunate these first 2 weeks with weather, with the game in Lawrence last week for Free State against Shawnee Mission East, and tonight here in Manhattan.
Yeah, this is what I call football weather.
Yeah, fingers crossed that continues through the rest of the season. We don't need any scorchers. Of course, it'll probably start to get a little bit more chilly as we get to the October games and so on. But beautiful weather tonight. Hardly any breeze to speak of. And a cloudless, dark sky. 12 minutes on the clock here in this third quarter. Manhattan is going to kick this ball off from right to left. Free State has Madden Brittingham and Noah Simpson back deep to field, both standing at the 5-yard line, as Manhattan will boot this thing away. We're waiting on the clock, actually. The halftime clock is still running down, so they got to wait until, I guess, that officially hits 0, or I guess maybe they can just stop it and start it. I mean, whoever's in charge of the clock, they can just do whatever they want. I think it's a free country. But there we go. Now they put 12 minutes on the clock, and here we go. Rylan Vikander will kick this ball away for Manhattan from right to left. 10-0 Free State trails as we're about to get the second half underway. There's the whistle. Everyone's set. Vikander steps up and boots it away. A short end-over-end kick fielded at the 15-yard line by Free State. It's Prescott that's got it, number 7. He gets hit hard across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. So a decent return there for Prescott. And that is where Free State will start. No points for the Firebirds, and they really only got across midfield one time off of a muff punt that set them up across midfield. And they ended up punting that one from the 41 on a 4th and 3. And that's one that I'm kind of going to circle back to, Dan, that 4th and 3 from the 41 in which Free State decided to punt. I maybe would have gone for it there, but you never know, I guess. I don't know. You can't be dwelling in hindsight too much. Meanwhile, it is 10-0. Manhattan leads, and here we go. First play of the third quarter is a handoff. Weischer slicing to the left out to the 30-yard line for a gain of 3 yards. And the big issue early in the game for Free State was they were having too many plays of no yards on first down. It was 2nd and 10 a lot for that Free State offense in the first half. They do a good job here to stay in front of the chains with a 3-yard run. It's 2nd and 7. a bigger package in for Free State. They've got just 2 receivers out there and 2 tight ends, both off the left side of the offensive line. Now one comes in motion down the line of scrimmage to the right. Chest high snap. Here's a straight stretch play. Oh, and a big hit. Oh, my gosh. Weisher just got absolutely crunched at the point of attack. Colby Octavo with a huge hit on Weisher. Luckily for Free State, Weisher got 2 hands on that football. Otherwise, that one might have been on the turf with the level of hit that Octavo handed to Weisher. He loses a yard, Weisher does on the run, and it's 3rd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, that was a huge hit there by Altavote, getting into that backfield, not letting him get past the line of scrimmage.
Another 3rd and long for Free State. 3 receivers, man in motion, low snap to Baker. He scoops it up off the turf, rolls out to his right, throws it short, pass incomplete and broken up. Intended for Landon Leipold, and Leipold is still down after the play. Right at the 30-yard line.
And those tightly covered there by that Manhattan High defense, and you hope that Landon Leipold will be okay and get up on his own accord.
The Free State training staff over to talk with Leipold. 10:30 remaining in this 3rd quarter. It'll be a 4th down for Free State coming up here. As a very positive sign here. It's actually not Leipold. That's Braden Blanchard, number 13. I was looking at number 3, looking for number 3, Leipold, but it was 13 Blanchard who was slow to get up for Free State. And he's back on his feet and walking off the field. The way he fell, you almost have to wonder if maybe he just didn't get the wind knocked out of him. You know, sometimes if you're falling onto your chest like that and a player lands on you or the ball can knock the wind out of you.
Yeah, sometimes you just land weird and, yeah, like you said, knocks the wind out of you. It's the worst, but hopefully he's okay, no further complications.
Ishkandrani on to punt again for Free State. Gets it away cleanly, a wobbly kick. Back to the 30-yard line, scooped up there by Johnson. Johnson at the 35, across the 40, falls forward to the 42-yard line. A strong return there by Nispick Johnson. And Manhattan made an adjustment, Dan. They had 2 guys back to return. I would assume that's out of an abundance of caution after they had the muff punt earlier in the game.
Yeah, and Nispick Johnson, they almost had another muff punt, or not a muff punt, but a ball that went off of the foot of a Manhattan player. And Nispick Johnson was the one who was able to retrieve that. So, I mean, yeah, high IQ play there on the previous punt return by Nispick Johnson, and a good return there.
10:19 remaining in the 3rd quarter, and this Free State defense will be called upon again to keep this at just a 10-point game. Aslan is alone out of the shotgun, a high snap. They throw a bubble screen out to the right side. It's caught by Hudley, escapes one tackler, and he's knocked down across midfield into Free State territory, about the 49-yard line. There's a Manhattan player slow to get up on the far sideline. It's Gabe Summerlin sitting up right in front of the Free State bench. And the Manhattan training staff is out jogging across the field to tend to the injured Indian right in front of the Free State bench. Free State trainer also over there to check on Summerlin as well.
Jaden Hudley, that was a great job there, finding the open space and getting forward for about 9 yards there. I mean, he is a big back, 6 foot, 210-pound running back, senior. Nick, how would you like to tackle that guy?
I would, and that's why I'm up here in the press box and not down on the field. You know, listen, Dan, this may be a shocker to you, but I did play football when I was younger.
Did you?
And one time, I was in 4th grade. 4th grade football, I played defensive back, so I was on the outside.
Nice.
And, you know, every once in a while in that level of football, you get a kid that hit puberty early, and he's just way bigger than everybody else.
Right. And that wasn't you?
It was not me. No, I was the opposite, actually. But anyways, long story short, the opposing team had a player like that at running back.
Oh.
They ran a toss play to me towards my side of the field. I stepped up. I planted my feet. I was ready. And I just got absolutely steamrolled. It was rather embarrassing.
That's endearing, though. At least you didn't make a business decision and run out of bounds, you know what I mean? And
it was
your football career.
And the opposing coach was a friend of my dad.
Okay.
And he thought it was so funny that they ran the same play again. And he ran it right over me again. The second time, I grabbed a hold of his shoestring and managed to slow him down.
Hey, that's good. That's all you need. Sometimes that's all you need. Just grab by the foot.
From then on forward, I guess I shouldn't say I earned, but I was given the nickname of Speed Bump.
Speed bump.
Because,
that's great.
Because
Nicholas Speed Bump Springer on the call for tonight.
Yeah, it was wild. So, anyways, that's a long-winded way of saying there's a reason why I am here and not anywhere near the field.
Right.
Because so.
It also goes without saying you're 26 years old. I hope you wouldn't be out there on the field.
Yeah. No, it wouldn't matter how old I was. I don't need to be out there regardless. 10 minutes remaining in the game. After the injury timeout, it's 2nd and 1. They start to throw a little screen again to the near side. It's caught. This is Dunigan. He's very dangerous, shifting his way across the 40, inside the 35, down to the 32 of Free State. Dunigan's made a couple nice plays tonight at the receiver position for Manhattan. He is, again, one of the top prospects in the state of Kansas for the class of 2026. He is a junior, and there he made a nice play on a little screen pass. And Dunigan is just the type of player where you just want to get the ball in his hands and let him go to work.
Yeah, absolutely. And he has done an absolutely great job tonight of making plays happen. And he's done a great job of breaking tackles, finding open space, and getting forward for this Manhattan High team.
Free State defense, again, on the back foot here with 9:25 remaining in this third quarter. Aslan alone. They throw a bubble screen again on the near side to Hundley. Oh, a big hit from Finn Moore. Hundley kind of shook it off, though, and they tackle him. Jai Smith was there as well for Free State. And it's a gain of about 4 yards to the 29.
And great job there by Finn Moore, being able to put his shoulder down and stop that forward momentum by Jaden Hudley. I mean, he's a big kid, so being able to stop his forward motion is huge there for the Free State Firebird defense.
Yeah, I don't think we got underscored enough the size of Hudley, who is listed at, as you said earlier in the broadcast, Dan, 6'2", and he looks all of that. I mean, sometimes you see a guy listed at, something like that, and you think, okay, he doesn't look that big.
Right.
Hudley looks that big. 9:15 remaining in this third quarter. Aslan, a direct run off the quarterback, running off left guard, and again, Free State stops him for a short gain on the play. It was Havoka who's had a great game for Free State.
Yeah, I feel like he's been in on practically every single inside zone.
Havoka's had a fantastic game.
Yeah, he's done a great job.
That brings up third down after the short run by Aslan. From the 28 on the near hash of Free State, it's 3rd and 6. They need the 22 for a first down. This Free State defense has been asked time and time again throughout this game to find a way to make a stop. Can they do it again here? It's Dunigan who goes in motion. They want to flare it to him on a screen pass. It's juggled and incomplete. Oh, no, for the second time tonight. Manhattan had a little flare screen that was open, but the receiver can't catch it. That time it was Dunigan. The throw was a little low from Aslan, but that's one you got to make the catch on. And now it's 4th and 6.
Yeah, that's a dangerous throw right there to Dunigan. I mean, having a low throw like that, also he knows he has to turn his eyes upfield and try to find where his blockers are. So, yeah, a very tough play there by Dunigan. And another time, this is another instance where they're kind of in the gray area right now where they can't really punt, but it's a little too far for a kick. So it looks like they're going for it on 4th down here.
4th and 6 on the 28. You're absolutely right, Dan. They're lining up to go for this. Aslan stands alone in the backfield, rolls out to his right, throws a little screen in the middle of the field. It's caught by Dunigan. He's looking for the first down. He runs away from a defender at the 20 to the 15, jukes another at the 10 to the 5. He leaps, dives, touchdown, Manhattan. What a play. That one's definitely going on his highlight reel. Dunigan with a catch in the middle of the field, ran away from one defender, juked another, dove for the end zone. They call it a touchdown. It was close. As it stands, it's 6 on the board for Manhattan. There is a flag down, though, back at the 36-yard line.
Oh, wow. If this comes back, I can't imagine that Dunigan's going to be too happy about that.
Well, I can tell you who's definitely not happy right now. That's Joe Sharks, the head coach for Manhattan. He's out on the field arguing with the officials. And that wipes away a fantastic play from Dunigan. It's a hold against Manhattan. So wipe away the touchdown, wipe away the highlight, and that backs up Manhattan all the way to the 38-yard line.
That's one they're going to want back.
Yeah, and you would think Manhattan will need to punt this ball now from the 38 on 4th and, 4th and 16 from the 38.
And it looks like they're going for it. Now, this could be
Hudley just motioned with his leg for a kick, so I'm expecting Aslan to take this snap and kind of pooch kick it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll take a few steps back, so they're going to pooch kick here with Aslan. And he sends it away. A pretty good attempt. It bounces at the 3-yard line, but goes into the end zone for a touchback. A good attempt there from Aslan on the punt. So Free State dodges a bullet, Dan, with that penalty. On an electric play from Dunigan, it looked like they were about to make it a 3-possession game with the touchdown, but that was wiped all away by the holding. And really a second lease on life for this Free State offense. Still down 10-0 with 8:12 remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, and that's just another one of those costly mistakes that Manhattan High unfortunately has. I mean, they've had a few of big plays that have sent them backwards while they're on offense. And, yeah, like I said, I mean, Dunigan probably wants that one back. I'm sure all of Manhattan wants that one back. But let's see if the Firebird offense, can capitalize on those mistakes made by the Indians.
Are you a Leonard Skinner fan?
I have Freebird on the mind.
Freebird. How about freeing these Firebirds with some points? They start with a run play up the middle to Simpson. And, again, he has to fight so hard for additional yardage, gain of about 2 yards from the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here in the third quarter, Free State moving from left to right down the field. They trail 10-0 with 7:55 remaining in the third quarter. Nothing has really been working for this Firebird offense. But can they get a spark here? 3 receivers with Baker out of the shotgun. He's got Simpson on his left hip. 2nd and 7. It's a straight run play with Baker running off left guard on a quarterback power. And again, the Manhattan defense just meets him. And Free State, it's like pulling teeth trying to get yards here. As Baker got maybe 1, but it's going to be 3rd down from the 23-yard line.
And you got to think they're going to try to run some kind of pass play here. I've noticed that the Manhattan High defense is sort of running a cover 3 with man on the inside receivers. And those inside corners, if you will, those sort of slot corners, they've been doing a great job in coverage all night long.
7 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 3rd and 7 from the 23-yard line. Ball in the far hash. Trips towards the near side. Here comes Brittingham in motion down the line of scrimmage. Baker looking to throw. Lofts one up down the far sideline. He overthrew his intended target. He was looking for Braylon Preston on the run down the far side. Or excuse me, that was Landon Leipold on the run down the far sideline. But Baker overthrew him, trying to loft it over the defense. He had one-on-one coverage down that far sideline, but just overthrew him by a few yards. And on 4th and 7 from the 23, again, the punt team will come on for the Firebirds.
And Landon Leipold did a great job of there doing an outside release, being able to stack his man, just was not able to connect with Boston Baker. Overthrew him just a little bit, bringing up 4th down.
6:51 remaining in this third quarter. Free State has to punt again. Ishkendrani, it's a bad snap. He picks it up at the 1-yard line. He runs away from a defender. He can just try to punt it away. They tackle him. The ball comes out. Prescott recovers it. Chaos on the punt. And Manhattan will take over at the 16-yard line.
Wow.
It was a high snap to Ishkendrani. He picked it up at the 1. He did a heck of a job to run away from the initial rusher and was just trying to punt it away. He got tackled from behind as he looked to kick it away. And Prescott recovered it, but Manhattan will get the ball at the 17-yard line.
Yeah, that's a costly mistake there by the long snapper for Free State, sending it over the head of the punter. That is, you never want that, especially when you're so far back inside your own territory, down by 10.
So Manhattan gets the ball right back at the 17-yard line in the red zone. They've got 4 receivers. Hudley motions out of the backfield, empty set. They set up that flare screen pass again to Hudley towards the far side. He's got it at the 10, running to the 5. 2 defenders tackle him at the 5-yard line. Parker Moore along with Noah Rupp, but it's a gain of 12. And Manhattan will have 1st and goal at the 5. And if you're Free State, Dan, you can only ask this Free State defense to do so much in this game.
Right.
And again, put in a disadvantageous position. It's 1st and goal at the 5, and this is a tough ask for Free State here.
Yeah, it is a tough ask, but their red zone defense has been pretty on fire.
6:15 remaining. Here's a handoff to Hudley. Breaks 1 tackle, looking to extend for the goal line. He stopped short at the 1-yard line. He was in the spin cycle, thrown down by Prescott at the 1 as he tried to extend for the goal line.
And Prescott did a great job there, spinning him backwards, knowing exactly where he was on the field, not allowing him to get into the end zone.
The ball is inside the 1, Dan. I mean, the tip of the football is probably 3 inches away from the goal line here.
I bet they wish they had Jason Kelsey
Yeah, a little bit of a tush push here from Manhattan. Aslan does go under center. This may be a quarterback sneak. Free State's ready for it. Aslan burrows his way into the end zone for a touchdown. It's Aslan's second rushing touchdown of the game on a quarterback sneak from inside the 1, and it's 16-0. Manhattan leads.
Yeah, and that was a great job there by the Manhattan team in general, setting up that outstanding drive on the special teams is really what set it up. As the punt went over the Free State punter, they were able to block the punt, get it in great field position, and looks like they're doing some kind of funky
just doing
setup here for the extra point.
Yep, just doing the regular setup. There's a term for it, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. 5:30 remaining in this third quarter. This is a very important extra point to make the 3-possession game, and the kick is up, and it is good from Rylan Vikander. That makes it a 17-0 lead for Manhattan and stretches this to a 3-possession game. Free State still searching for answers on offense, and after the mishap that you outlined, Dan, on the snap on the punt there by Ishkandrani, it sets up Manhattan, and this time the Free State defense can't stop them. It's a touchdown. 17-0 Manhattan leads. 5:30 remaining in this third quarter. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Free State Football on 92.9 The Bull.
Hey, Jayhawk fans, Brian Haney here. I think this upcoming season is going to be one of the most memorable years in the history of KU football. And I'm going to be smiling from ear to ear, as bright as ever with those pearly whites. And we're doing all that winning thanks to my friends at the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. Not only with the Zoom whitening process I went through last winter, but the twice-a-year checkups with my personal dentist, Dr. Kelly Dummerth, have my smile looking better than ever. So as we're winning games left and right and smiling extra bright, I'm thankful for my friends at the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry in Lawrence.
5:30 remaining in this third quarter here at Manhattan High School. I'm Nick Springer alongside my broadcast partner Daniel Courtwright. 17-0 Manhattan leads over Free State, with the Indians kicking this ball off from right to left. Free State's got 2 returners back. Vikander kicks it away. It's Brittingham who takes it at his 1-yard line, out to the 10, to the 15. Jukes there, but he's hit hard and stacked up by about 3 Manhattan defenders. Good kick coverage there by Manhattan. And Free State will start this drive at the 18-yard line with 5:22 remaining in this third quarter. And it is truly now or never, Dan, for this Free State offense. Down 17-0. They've got to get something going. It's been very tough sledding in this game for this Firebird offense. Still searching for a spark from somewhere. They'll take the ball at the 19-yard line on the near hash, moving from left to right. 5:22 remaining in this third quarter, down 17. It's Baker, the quarterback, with Simpson in his left hip pocket. They've got a triangle trio towards the near side with 3 receivers. Baker takes the snap, looking that way. Now back over the middle of the field. Throws it short into the flat. Caught by Noah Simpson. Jukes one defender. Stays on his feet and knocked down as he crossed the 25 to about the 26.5-yard line.
And Noah Simpson was the leading receiver in game 1 with 39 receiving yards, and it's good to see him at least try to get going here late in this third quarter.
Yeah, and on that play, Baker had plenty of time to go through his progressions. Some strong pass protection there from the Free State offensive line. They gain 8 yards on the play. Second and short, a handoff to Simpson. A little stutter step. Now he tries to muscle forward, and Manhattan stacks him up as he ran into a dog pile near the 29-yard line. I think he has enough for a first down, and the line judge agrees as he motions for the chains to move. It's a first down for Free State, the 29-yard line.
And that's all they need. I mean, they need to just move those chains, keep matriculating the ball down the field, as the late Hank Stram would say.
Yep. Matriculated down the field, but more importantly, get some points.
Yeah.
Down 17-0. First and 10 at the 29. 4 receivers. Baker looking to his left. Pump fakes. Throws it over the middle. The pass caught by Brittingham. He's got no one around him. At the 40. At the 30. He will go all the way. Brittingham for a touchdown.
Wow, and a great job there by Brittingham finding the open space where that safety left. I mean, they were supposed to be a man over there. It looked like they were playing quarters, cover 4, and yeah, great job there by Brittingham, finding that open space, run away from this Manhattan High defense.
Brittingham caught it at about the 45-yard line. He looked around. There was nobody around him, and he turned on the afterburners, left everybody in the dust, and Free State has the spark they needed with 4:11 remaining in the third quarter. It's 17-6, pending the extra point. Ishkanjani's kick is up, and it is good. 17-7, Free State gets on the board. A 71-yard touchdown pass from Boston Baker to Brittingham. He caught it near midfield and sprinted all the way for a touchdown. And that is exactly what this Free State team needed. 17-7 now. The Firebirds with a quick touchdown answer back. And the deficit is down to 10 once again. 4:11 remaining in this third quarter. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Free State Football on 92.9 The Bull.
Rituals. We get up, get dressed, and yes, put our pants on one leg at a time. It's true. People are creatures of habit. Heck, on game days, I bet you can't wait to get off work. Jump in the car, turn on the radio, you listen to the pregame or your favorite sports announcer while picking up your dry cleaning and heading home to watch the game. Just like a ritual or a habit, Scott's Dry Cleaners, family-owned business, has been proud to serve the Lawrence and Topeka area throughout the years. Clothing and cleaning styles may have changed, but their work and service is the same. ScotchCleaners.com.
92.9 The Bull.
4:11 remaining in the third quarter here at Manhattan High School in Manhattan, Kansas. I'm Nick Springer alongside Daniel Courtwright. 17-7 is the score. Free State trails by 10, but a quick strike on a 71-yard touchdown pass from Boston Baker to Brittingham. Madden Brittingham has breathed some life into that Free State sideline as they kick it away from left to right, scooped up by Dunigan inside the 1. Dunigan at the 25 to the 30. He turns on the Jets. He's at the 40 looking for a block. Tripped, slowed down, but he's still on his feet at the 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. J.J. Dunigan putting his stamp on this game. A 99-yard kickoff return for touchdown. He just has that extra gear that no one else has, and he grabbed it and sprinted for the goal line. It's a touchdown on the kickoff. Disaster strikes for Free State. They get the big play for a touchdown to cut it back down to 10, and J.J. Dunigan says, not so fast. But he was very fast.
He was very fast.
99 yards.
Yeah, what a return there by J.J. Dunigan, the highly sought-after recruit out of Manhattan High School. And just when he thought the Firebirds had a little bit of a glimmer of hope, J.J. Dunigan takes it away from him.
23-7, Manhattan leads, pending the extra point from Rylan Vikander. And the kick is good. 24-7, Manhattan leads. Dunigan, he had made some plays. He also made some mistakes. The muffed punt, had a dropped pass on a third down. But in the end, his talent shines through. Free State kicked it away to him. He got it at his own 1. He cut to the near side. Ishkanjani did all he could to try to trip him up near midfield. And again, he just has that extra gear that not everybody else has. And he went to the end zone for a touchdown. There was a flag on the extra point, by the way. An illegal shot block called against Manhattan on the kick attempt. So it's still 23-7. And the question will be, what does Manhattan do now? They're going to have they can try to kick another extra point, I think, but from 15 yards back, or they could try to go for it. I think if Free State wanted to, they could take it on the kickoff if they would rather do that instead. So there's some discussion with Kevin Stewart on the far sideline. He's talking to the official. Now the official is going to come back and relay whatever Kevin Stewart says. And it would appear as though Free State is going to make Manhattan, they are going to allow the extra point to stand and take that penalty on the kickoff. So it is 24-7. They're really making the scoreboard operator work tonight, Dan. It was 24, 23, 24.
They're making me work over here too. I'm running the score on the stream right now, and but yeah, I think that's a great. I think that's a great idea by Coach Kevin Stewart, just because of the fact that the kickoffs for Manhattan, they've all been kind of pooch kicks, and Ethan Prescott, he has had most of the returns because he hasn't been able to get them back to the return man. So I like this idea by Coach Kevin Stewart by taking the penalty on the kickoff, trying to get good field position for the Firebirds.
So that'll set Manhattan back on this kickoff with the penalty, as you just outlined, Dan. 3:55 remaining in the third quarter. It was 10-0 at half. We've had an explosion of points here in the third quarter. A long touchdown from Free State, then the kickoff return right back from Manhattan. And Manhattan is going to be kicking this ball off from the 25-yard line, by the way, after the penalty. Free State has Brittingham and Simpson deep. They're standing just inside their own 20-yard line. As you said, Dan, there should be a chance for Free State to get some decent field position. And I think I tend to agree with you on the decision there by Kevin Stewart to take the penalty on the kickoff, try to get some better field position. Vikander kicks it away. He shows off his leg this time. A great kick. It bounces out of bounds at the 14-yard line, and that will be a penalty against Manhattan. So Free State will get the ball at the 35. So it really does work out for Free State. They basically just get that yardage off the kickoff penalty.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great job there. Heads up play by Nez Lattimore Douglas, the junior running back, by letting that ball go out of bounds, understanding that, that will be a penalty. That will give them at least better field position than they would have. A way better punt than or kick, than I thought that I was expecting, because they've been doing a lot of pooch kicks off their kickoffs.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused on where they're going to spot this ball. They've got it spotted at midfield. Yeah,
they're spotting at the 50.
Yeah. So I guess.
Is that right?
You get the 15. I guess you get the 15 off the penalty. I guess out to midfield. Free State will obviously accept that.
Yeah, sure.
Kickoff out of bounds plus the 15-yard penalty, I guess. Ball at midfield. Play action pass for Baker, looking to go up top again, and again he just overthrows his man. Braylon Preston was on the intended receiving end of that throw from Baker. Baker's had a couple of shots down the field, but he's had some struggles with overthrowing his receivers.
Yeah,
there overthrew Preston.
Yeah, these wide receivers, they're doing a great job of being able to stack their mans on the outside, but Boston Baker needs to do a better job of finding those wide receivers. We've seen a few overthrows here by Baker.
2nd and 10 from midfield. 24-7, Free State trails. 3:50 remaining in the third quarter. Man in motion, it's Blanchard down the line of scrimmage to the left. It's a handoff running straight ahead for Weisher. He's got a big crease. Weisher at the 40, and he's hit-sticked inside the 40 near the 35. But a big gain there, and that play opened up very nicely. Blanchard came in motion as a lead blocker and opened up a massive hole for Weisher, and a nice gain. Down to the 36-yard line, a run of 14.
Great job there by Weisher, finding a crease, being able to run upfield, and a huge hit there by the Manhattan safety, Hunter Austin.
After the nice run by Weisher, it's 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line, pardon me. They go back to the ground again with Weisher. Weisher finds a crease running off right guard and sprints forward across the 30 to the 25. Another nice run from Ryan Weisher. He found a crease and just slipped through, running between right guard and right tackle for another nice gain. It's a 1st down. They actually mark him all the way down at the 24. A run of 12 from Weisher. Give him 14 on the previous play and then 12 there. And it's 1st and 10 with 3:10 remaining in the third quarter. Baker out of the shotgun. Play action pass this time. Looking up top. He's got a man. It's caught. Touchdown. Free State. A big-time play. The pass complete for the touchdown. I think that was that Braylon Preston?
That was Madden Brittingham.
Baker was slow to get up, by the way.
Yeah, he was hammered there after the throw, doing a great job of getting that ball out.
It's a 24-yard touchdown pass. Boston Baker becomes the focus there for Free State, as Kevin Stewart was even out to check on his starting quarterback. How about that in response for Free State? 24-13. Ish Kendrani on for the extra point. He's a left-footed kicker. Oh, and Manhattan jumped off sides on the left side. So this game has taken on an entirely new look, Dan. It was 10-0 at the half. It felt like it was just going to continue to be a defensive slog. But here in this third quarter, we've had 28 total points. 2 touchdowns by Manhattan, 2 by Free State now, and we still have 3 minutes left in the quarter.
Yeah, the offenses on both ends of the ball have really picked it up, and at least on special teams for Manhattan, as well as J.J. Dunigan with that long kick return right after the touchdown by the Free State Firebirds.
So the penalty offsides moves Free State a little bit closer and makes this kick for Shkenjani a little bit easier. Not that I think he needs it. He does drive the extra point through to make it 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 for Manhattan again as Free State not quitting and fighting back here in this third quarter. 3:03 remaining in the quarter. We'll take a timeout. 24-14, Free State trails by 10. You're listening to Firebird Football on 92.9 The Bull.
The Anderson County Fair Association invites you to the Fall Demolition Derby, 7:30 this Saturday at the Fairgrounds in Garnett. General admission $10, kids 6 and under free, $25 pit passes. More info at andersoncofair.com. Hope to see you there.
$92.9 The Bull.
24-14, Manhattan leads over Free State. I'm Nick Springer along with Daniel Courtwright. 3:03 remaining in the third quarter of this game. It was 10-0 at the half, and there's just been chaos in the third quarter. Kickoff return for touchdown, a long touchdown pass from Boston Baker to Matt Brittingham, and then a very nice drive there from Free State that started at midfield due to some penalties. They go down and score again. It's 24-14, and Free State keeping the game pressure on Manhattan in this one. As at one point, with Manhattan going up 17-0, it looked like they were just going to choke this one away and get a fairly comfortable win. But Free State has battled back. Still a 10-point lead, though, for Manhattan. Ishkanjani will kick it away, and he's able to drive this one out of the back of the end zone and deny a return from Dunigan, who housed the last one from 99 yards out. This one he kicks, and it goes beyond the 10 yards of the end zone, out of the back of the end zone. And so Manhattan will get the ball at the 20-yard line.
And let's see if this Firebird defense can continue to make these kinds of stands, because right now where you're sitting at, it's a 10-point game. I mean, they're still in this.
Yeah. Free State, they are one play away from being right back in this game. If this Firebird defense could force another turnover or make something happen, they are one play away from really being in this game. And it's kind of crazy to say that out loud, considering where things looked about 6 minutes ago in the game when Manhattan had just gone up 17-0, and it felt the glimmer of hope was fading for Free State, but it's back now. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for Manhattan, moving from right to left. Aslan alone out of the shotgun, waist-high snap. It's a bubble screen again, caught by Hudley, but great pursuit from behind and a nice tackle by the Firebirds. That was Noah Rupp who got in to take down Hudley for a loss of a yard on the play. Back to the 19.
Great job there by Noah Rupp, being able to wrap up the big back coming out of the backfield. And Manhattan High, they certainly do love those little screens to their running back. And I don't know why you wouldn't, you know what I mean? He's a big back with he's a fast guy. Once he gets into open field, it's a hard time stopping him. So great job there by Noah Rupp.
Yeah, Noah Rupp giving up about 40 pounds to Hudley, but still gets him on the ground fairly easily there. 2:20 remaining in this third quarter. Play action pass. Here's Aslan. Now throws it back on a screen to Hudley. He gets away from one defender, trying to break 2 tackles. It takes 3 Firebirds, but they get him down. Crow Bengoa, first one there for Free State. And it's 3rd down and 11 coming up. They tried a little play action to Hudley and then a throwback screen to him. Free State sniffed it out for no gain, and it's 3rd and 11.
And a great job there by Hiram Veono as well. Swarming to the ball, being sure to get that big back down.
And suddenly Manhattan is facing a 3rd and long deep in their own territory with the prospect of punting it back to Free State, who has roared to life on offense. Aslan out of the shotgun. Free State shows a blitz. Here they come off the left side. Picked up well, though. Aslan rolls left, throws over the middle of the field. The pass is caught by Gabe Summerlin for a 1st down. A big-time catch by Summerlin. He leapt, climbed the ladder, and made the catch. Hung on to it. Aslan zipped it over the middle of the field. A big hit from the Free State defender, but Summerlin hangs on for a huge third down conversion. They needed 11. They got 13 out to the 32, and it's first down Manhattan.
And that's huge for the Indians. Gabe Summerlin was down with an injury earlier on in the game, able to come back and get that huge third down conversion.
As we approach 1 minute remaining in this third quarter, that was a very significant play. Free State almost jumped off the right side. Play continues, though. Chest high snap for Aslan. Fakes a bubble screen. He wants to take off, running right. But they get a hold of him. Free State, they won't let him escape their grasp, and they throw him down for no gain on the play. Some great rallying there from the Free State defense. Hiram Vayano, again, was right in the middle of it for Free State, along with Garrison Otis for the Firebirds on that front three. Down to 30 seconds remaining in this third quarter. The game clock is about 9 seconds behind the play clock, so Manhattan will have to run another play here before the end of the quarter. It's 2nd and 11 from the 31-yard line. Ball in the far hash. Manhattan moving from right to left, up 10 as we approach the end of the third quarter. Aslan, waist-high snap, straight quarterback power running off right guard. He waits, then he tries to turn upfield, crosses the 35, and gets tackled at about the 36-yard line. And that will be the final play of the third quarter. The clock hits triple zeros, and we will head to the fourth. 24-14, Manhattan leads over Lawrence Free State. This game is not over. You won't want to miss the fourth quarter coming up next. You're listening to Free State Football on 92.9 The Bull.
The Anderson County Fair Association invites you to the Fall Demolition Derby, 7:30 this Saturday at the Fairgrounds in Garnett. General admission $10, kids 6 and under free, $25 pit passes. More info at AndersonCoFair.com. Hope to see you there.
Enjoy all the excitement of football season at the 23rd Street Brewery. From the Jayhawks and college football to the NFL and even live-streamed Lawrence High and Free State football games, you can watch it all at the 23rd Street Brewery. Enjoy the games with your favorite menu item like the Bill Self Mac and Cheese, Naked Nachos, or the Haney Turkey Stack. And wash it all down with your favorite beer like a Wave the Wheat or Crimson Fog. 23rd Street Brewery on the corner of Clinton Parkway and Cassold in Lawrence.
92.9 The Bull.
Welcome back to Manhattan High School here in Manhattan, Kansas. I'm Nick Springer alongside my broadcast partner Daniel Courtwright. Thanks so much for joining us tonight for high school football on a Thursday night. And it looked like Manhattan was going to run away with this game, but Free State fighting back in the third quarter. And we head to the fourth. It's 24-14. Manhattan leads with the ball at their own 35-yard line. They're facing a 3rd and 7 to start this fourth quarter. A critical play. And a throw over the middle. The pass is broken up. Incomplete away from J.J. Dunigan. A big-time play. Prescott pounding his chest as they get the stop they needed. Free State did to start this fourth quarter.
Yeah, great defensive stop there by the Free State Firebirds, and like we said, you know, their defense has really started to figure out and being able to contain this high-octane Manhattan Indians offense.
Prescott just punched that ball away from Dunigan on a slant route in the middle of the field, and Free State will get this ball back down 10 early in the fourth quarter. Manhattan will kick this from left to right. It's a good snap. The kick is away. It's a lob lolly kick. It's fielded cleanly at the 30. Oh, here they go with Simpson at the 35, and he's tackled hard at the 36-yard line. For a moment, it looked like Simpson was going to have a crease for a big return, but Manhattan swarms to the football and tackle him at the 36.
And Simpson fell down there while he was trying to return the ball, was able to get back up onto his feet and have sort of a burst of energy, a burst of quickness, running up, getting the ball in pretty good field position, I would say, right at the 37-yard line.
Yep, they give him the 37, so about a 7-yard return from Simpson. And now this is the drive, Dan. This is the drive for Free State. Early in the fourth quarter, a chance to cut it to a single possession game if they can put something together here. 24-14, the Firebirds trail. Moving from right to left in the fourth quarter. They start the drive with a handoff to Simpson. He finds a crease running off the left side at the 45 across midfield into Manhattan territory, sprinting out of bounds near the 40-yard line. This Manhattan defense is on their heels, and this Free State offense is back from the dead, Dan.
Yeah, that was an absolutely huge rush there by Noah Simpson, being able to find a crease, bounce it over to the outside into Indian territory.
Ball at the 38 on the near hash after the big run by Simpson. He's in there again, or it's Weisher this time. He gets it. Weisher powers ahead inside the 35, lunging down to the 32-yard line. A little 1-2 punch, first with Simpson and then Weisher. And this ground game for Free State is putting in some work. 11:20 remaining in the game. 24-14, Free State trails. But the Firebirds are in business right now at the Manhattan 32-yard line. Second and short. Why not keep it on the ground with Weisher? But this time he gets stacked up, trying to turn the legs. He got maybe a yard on the play before he was tackled. Alex Robinson made the stop there for Manhattan.
And if you know your running backs are playing this good, I mean, I don't know why you just wouldn't keep handing it to them. I mean, Noah Simpson as well as Weisher, they're doing a great job on the run game right now.
We've seen a little bit of this in week one. It's Parker Moore coming in with Finn Moore, the quarterback, a bit more of a running quarterback, and he's in with Parker Moore lined up to his left in a sort of a gator formation. Finn Moore will keep it running left, lowers the shoulder, and he got the first down on a second effort at the 30-yard line. Finn Moore comes in as more of the running quarterback for Free State, and he's got the first. He needed the 28, and he got it.
And a great second effort there by Finn Moore, being able to put his shoulder down. I mean, it looked like he was kind of stopped at the line of scrimmage, but able to get a few more extra yards there for the first down for the Firebirds. This is a huge offensive drive here. Let's see if they can punch it in and get some points on the board.
10 minutes remaining in the game, 24-14. Free State trails by 10, but they could change that with this drive. Three receivers, they got an H-back to the left. Chest high snap, play action pass. Baker going up top again, looking for Braylon Preston. Off his fingertips, incomplete. Some hand fighting. Preston leapt for it, but couldn't make the catch. Incomplete at about the 5-yard line. Free State takes a shot on first down, and they come up empty. It's 2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
And that was a beautifully thrown ball there by Baker to Preston, but just great defensive coverage there by the Manhattan Indians.
So the clock stopped with 9:48 remaining. Weisher is the running back with Baker giving him some direction out of the shotgun. Weisher to the right of Baker. Blanchard moves down the line of scrimmage in motion. Here they go with little trap play. It's a handoff to Weisher. He gets across the 25 to about the 24, a gain of only 3. Noah Simpson runs back onto the field for Free State, and it's 3rd and 7 from the 24-yard line. And this is interesting, Dan, because Ishkandrani, Kevin Stewart himself called him one of the best kickers in the state. It's a 10-point game. If Free State does not get this, you have to wonder if a field goal attempt might be in the cards. Here's Baker looking for the first down, and Moore throws it up in the air looking for Brittingham. Oh, he couldn't make the catch. Brittingham, they have lost it in the lights, it looked like, as he extended the arms but just missed it on a corner route to the far pylon.
It was a beautiful route there by Brittingham and a beautiful ball as well. But, yeah, like you said, I think he might have just lost it in the air trying to go over the back shoulder. That is a tough catch in general, especially being heavily guarded like that by the Manhattan High Indians. And it looks like they're going to kick the field goal here. It's going to be a 41-yarder.
And here comes Ishkandrani. He was short on about a 55-yard attempt last week. We know he's got a big leg. He's a left-footed kicker. A soccer player lining up for a 42-yard attempt. The snap, the kick is on the way, and he hooked it to the right. It's no good. He had the distance, but hooked it to the right. And with 9:06 remaining, Free State comes up empty-handed on a drive that looked promising, but the score remains 24-14. He had plenty of leg on it, Dan, but just hooked it right. And that one hurts because this stays a 2-possession game with 9:06 remaining. And if you're Manhattan, one good drive here to take some time off the clock and maybe even get some points, and you could maybe ice this game away.
Yeah, that was a very important kick there, and being able to, missing that is absolutely huge for the Firebirds, just in terms of the fact that would have made it a one-possession game, and they have been sort of clicking on the offense. They're finally getting something going. You just need to get points on the board there.
Now Manhattan gets it back. They throw it over the middle, and the pass somehow caught. Landon Dobson getting up and flexing. I have no idea how he made that catch over the middle of the field. A gain of 7 on the completion. That was a bullet over the middle with 2 defenders on it, but somehow Dobson came down with it.
Yeah, very tough throw and catch there by Dobson. I mean, what a great job holding on to that ball in traffic there in this Firebird defense. They're flying around right now.
8:30 remaining in the game. Free State, they've got to find a way to get the ball back to their offense, and they've got to do it quick. 2nd and 3 from the 27. A read option. Aslan keeps. Jukes one defender, still on his feet. Finds a crease across the 30 to the 35 to the 40, and he's got a seam across midfield. Turning on the Jets at the 30 to the 20. It's a race to the pylon, and Aslan will win it. A front flip into the end zone for a touchdown.
Wow. What a run there by Aslan as there's laundry coming out onto the field. I would imagine it might be a unsportsmanlike conduct on Aslan, but man, he found that seam and he hit that second gear that just nobody could catch him.
A long busting run for Carter Aslan, and as you said, Dan, the front flip into the end zone I think maybe got the attention of the official. So this may be some kind of unsportsmanlike penalty against Manhattan, as Aslan, he knew he was going to win that foot race, so he front flipped into the end zone. And we had this conversation earlier with Free State, whether or not they want to add this to the extra point, add it to the kickoff. And again, they're having a conversation with Kevin Stewart on the far sideline. It's 30-14. The touchdown will stand. And it's a dagger to the hearts of the Free State Firebirds with 8 minutes remaining in the game.
Yeah, it wasn't unsportsmanlike on Aslan.
Yeah, so Free State's going to take that on the kickoff. So just like we saw before, they'll take it on the kickoff, and Manhattan will line up to kick their extra point here. 30-14. And again, this extra point, very significant, making it a 17-point game and, more importantly, a 3-possession game. Vikander's kick is good. 31-14. Free State gives up the long touchdown run and the lead. 8:04 remaining in the fourth quarter. 31-14, the Firebirds trail. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Free State football on 92.9 The Bull.
And just like that, it all comes down to this. 4th and goal. Matt, take yourself inside the huddle. What play are you calling?
I'm saying, let's go to 23rd Street Brewery.
Right now?
Yeah.
It's the biggest play of the game.
No better time than that. There's no better spot to watch football than 23rd Street Brewery. We've got the Lions, the Firebirds, of course the Jayhawks, and all the NFL action.
Well, we better get out of here fast to catch the ending of the game. Dibs on the Haney turkey stack.
That's the 23rd Street Brewery, corner of Clinton Parkway and Castle.
92.9 The Bull.
8:04 remaining in this fourth quarter. I'm Nick Springer alongside my broadcast partner Daniel Courtwright. Free State, they have battled back big time in the second half. It was a 24-14 game. Free State missed a field goal and then a 71-yard touchdown run by Carter Aslan, the quarterback for Manhattan, may have been the difference maker in putting this game away. It's a 3-possession game now, 31-14. Manhattan leads over Free State. After the unsportsmanlike penalty on Aslan for the front flip into the end zone for the touchdown, again, Manhattan will be kicking this ball off from their own 25. They kicked it off out of bounds last time they were here, gave Free State the ball at midfield, and the Firebirds promptly went and scored a touchdown. It's Vikander to boot it away, number 7 in dark blue. A low line drive kick, bounces at the 20, scooped up at the 15 by Free State. This is Brittingham at the 30, to the 35, to the 40, and he's with some strong starting field position for Free State. And the Firebirds need points, and they need them quick.
And Madden Brittingham, I'm looking at this right now, he's only a sophomore on the field, so he has a very bright future for the Firebirds.
Yeah, he's been great tonight. Caught that long touchdown pass earlier in the third quarter that really sparked this offense of Free State, something we had talked about the Firebirds needing. And it was Brittingham who gave it to them in this fourth quarter. And Free State needs points, need them quick. Baker looking to pass, three-step drop. Lofts one up in the air. He's got a man wide open. Oh, he overthrew him, incomplete. The defender fell down in coverage. Stromberg was wide open. Baker missed him. There is a flag in the secondary.
Yeah, let's see what this flag is. I don't know if it might be a pass interference or not, but we've seen a lot of those overthrows by Boston Baker in this game. He's had a few really beautiful throws as well, but just have to find those guys.
It's a hold in the secondary, by the way, Dan.
Oh, maybe that's why I was overthrown. Look at that.
A hold in the secondary is the call, and that advances the ball for Free State out to midfield. Still 7:51 remaining, so Free State, while it is a three-possession game, they are not out. And if there's one thing we've learned over the course of the second half is that the Firebirds, they are not going to quit. 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Baker in the shotgun. Simpson in his right hip pocket. Chest high snap. Here comes a blitz up the middle from Manhattan. They dump it out of the flat. It's caught by Simpson. Jukes one defender at the 45 of Manhattan and gets near first down yardage. They'll give it to him for the first at the 40. Great composure there from Baker, drifting back, feeling the pressure, and getting it out to Simpson. Ball in the far hash at the 40-yard line. 7:35 remaining in the game. Waist high snap for Baker, looking to pass. A flag flies. Baker throws one on a corner route. The pass caught. It's caught by Leipold, and he will jog into the end zone for a touchdown. There's a flag down. Free State seems convinced it is against Manhattan. We'll see what the call is.
Yeah, I wonder if that was an offside. They knew it, and they were.
The feeling is that this is.
Play.
Yeah, the feeling is that this penalty is against Manhattan, and this will be the easiest decline for Kevin Stewart. A 40-yard pass play from Boston Baker to Landon Leipold. The touchdown stands after the penalty. It was an offside against Manhattan.
And Leipold
they also had 12 men on the field. They had 2 penalties against Manhattan.
Leipold's had a relatively quiet game so far, so good for him for getting into this offense and putting some numbers on the board. And
31-20, pending the extra point here for Mishkindrani. It's a good snap and the hold. The kick is good. Well, Free State needed to score quickly, and they did just that. It only took them about 30 seconds, Dan, to go down the field for a touchdown. 31-21, and the deficit is back to 10. Free State has been here now multiple times. It was 17-7. Then it was 24-14. Now it's 31-21. Question is, can the defense find a way to get a stop here and prevent Manhattan from extending this lead again?
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely what they have to do. They have to get at least 2 stops here because it's still a 2-possession game. But having this game within 10, and that's a testament to what the Firebirds have done in this second half.
31-21 is the score. Free State down by 10 once again. And they turn to their defense, who had kept them in the game for so long in the first half. Can the Firebirds find a way to get this ball back and have a chance to cut into the lead once again? 7:25 remaining in the game. Still plenty of time. On the flip side, if you're Manhattan, you know that one long drive could potentially ice this game away.
Yeah, if you're Manhattan right now, yeah, like you said, you might want to start thinking about, at least just keeping the ball in bounds, keeping the ball, out of the air and running down some clock, not giving the Firebirds the opportunity to crawl back into this game, this 2-possession game.
Ishkanjani will boot this ball away. Kicks it away, end over end kick that goes out of the back of the end zone. Ishkanjani showing off his power once again. That missed 41-yard field goal from Michigan Johnny looms large right now, though, Dan, because this could be a one-possession game right now.
Right.
Instead, it's a 10-point deficit.
Yeah, there's a number of different plays that I'm thinking of right now that definitely could be the difference maker in the game. Number one being the quarterback draw, finding the crease there for Manhattan, bringing the Manhattan Indians to 31 points. But yeah, they're really, really wanting that missed field goal back.
So Manhattan will start at their own 20-yard line, going from left to right here in this fourth quarter. 7:25 remaining in the game. Manhattan leads by 10 over Free State. Ball on the far hash, empty set. Manhattan will start this drive with a pass play. It's a rollout from Aslan, and he throws a pass complete on the near side. Yes, they say Summerlin hung on to it. The Free State defenders were saying it hit the ground, but the official gives him the catch. It's a gain of 13 out to the 33 and a first down.
A great job there by Gabe Summerlin, finding the sticks, turning around, breaking off that route right at the top, keeping possession, and keeping the ball in bounds, more importantly.
Yep, 7 minutes remaining now in the game. 31-21. Ball on the near hash now. Again, empty set. Aslan stands alone out of the shotgun. He takes a look back to see what the play clock says as he wants to run this thing down. He's got 3 receivers plus an H-back and a receiver on the near side. They come set. They take the snap with 1 second on the play clock. It's a straight run off of right guard. Aslan finds a crease again, and he slides down at the 46-yard line. And there, Dan, I think Aslan maybe could have gotten more yards, but he's trying to run some clock here. He slid down smartly at about the 46.
Yeah, I think, though, that was a really high IQ run there by Aslan, being able to stay in bounds and slide because, like you said, he could have got a couple more yards and meet that linebacker, big number 8, Parker Moore. But sliding down inbound, that keeps the clock going, and that is big for Manhattan.
6:20 remaining in the game. So still plenty of time to work with, but again, if Manhattan can salt away a few more minutes here, it could be real trouble for Free State. Hudley comes in motion. Here's a quarterback power again for Aslan, and this time it's blown up in the backfield. Hiram Viano got his big mitts all over Aslan and took him down for a loss.
Hiram Viano has been all over the place in the run game. He has done a great job of containing the runners for Manhattan.
Viano with a great play there for Free State. A loss of a yard back to the 46-yard line if they marked it at the 47 previously. 5.5 minutes remaining. The clock is not the friend of the Firebirds, down 31-21. 2nd and 11. This Manhattan offense wanting to take every second off this play clock. And I think they're going to call timeout here. Yep, Joe Schartz will take a timeout. 5:21 remaining in the game. 31-21 Manhattan leads. Timeout called. 2nd and 11 from the 46-yard line when we come back. We'll take a break. Free State trying to find a way to come back late. You're listening to Firebird Football on 92.9 The Bull.
People are creatures of habit. You know what I mean? You get up, you get dressed, you barely have time to eat. If you're lucky, you didn't walk out without your cell phone, but you did remember the dry cleaning. In today's busy world, we may or may not have coffee on the way out the door to school or work. Thank goodness for Scotch Dry Cleaners, because Linda knows just how to put that morning smile right on my face when Billy isn't behaving in the back seat. Scotch Dry Cleaners. They are more than just cleaners. They are family. Family owned and operated. 10 locations, Lawrence and Topeka.
92.9 The Bull.
5:21 remaining in this fourth quarter. I'm Nick Springer alongside Daniel Courtwright. Home stretch here for Free State and Manhattan leading the Firebirds still right now, 31-21. Out of this timeout, it's 2nd and 11 for Manhattan at their own 46-yard line. It's Aslan out of the shotgun. He's got an H-back to his right. Wants to throw. Looking left, now looking right. He's under pressure. Throws it back across his body. Broke it up. Incomplete. Finn Moore breaks up the pass for Free State. That stops the clock, and now it's 3rd and 11 for Manhattan.
Excellent coverage there by the sophomore backup quarterback, Finn Moore. Great job in coverage, not allowing Manhattan to move the ball down the field. Brings up a long 3rd down.
Yeah, Moore, a two-way player, had a big run on a 3rd down from the quarterback position on offense for Free State earlier in the 3rd quarter. There he makes a big play on defense, and now it is 3rd down and long. 5:13 remaining in the game. Aslan surveys the Free State defense. Now motions Hudley out. Empty set. It's a low snap. He picks it up off the turf. Looking left. Now looking right. Tucks it away. He wants to run at the 45. Trying to maneuver his way through the defense across midfield into Free State territory. But they stop him short. He needed the Free State 43 for a first down. He got to the 48. So he gets a 6-yard run on 3rd and 11. And it's 4th and 5.
And that's great coverage there by the Free State secondary, that's for sure. Not allowing him to get through his read progression as well as the Free State defensive line, getting penetration, flushing him out of the pocket.
And Manhattan, Dan, is going to line up to go for this. It's 4th and 5. If you're Manhattan, you're thinking, get this first down and you can run more time off the clock to secure this win. They're going to go for it. 4th and 5. Nope, they won't. Instead, it's a pooch kick from Aslan. He kicks it away. It bounces at the 15, bounces inside the 10, rolls down to the 5, and that is where Manhattan downs it. Aslan took the snap and did a little one-step pooch punt and got a couple of good rolls down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. And with 4:16 remaining in a 10-point game, Free State needs to go 95 yards to think about cutting this to a one-possession game.
Yeah, they certainly have some work to do to try to cut this lead down. But, I mean, we've seen sparks of really good play from the quarterback, Boston.
Explosive plays, really.
Yeah, explosive plays as well from the running backs. So, I mean, if you're Free State here, you want to keep that chemistry going. You want to keep that momentum going to try to chip away at this 10-point lead.
Free State has all 3 timeouts, by the way. So if you can find a way to get down the field and get some points here within, 2.5 minutes or so, you might have some time then at the end of the game. They start with a handoff to Weischer at the 10, at the 15, and he's pile-driven out of bounds. But another nice run of 11 yards by Weischer out to the 16-yard line. That's a good start to the drive. That gets the Firebirds out of the shadow of their own goalposts. I guess there really isn't any shadows because the sun has set a long time ago.
That moves
you get the shadows from the lights. Yeah, you get the shadows from the lights.
Right.
No shadows from the sun. 4:10 remaining in the game. The clock is stopped after Weischer went out of bounds. Now 5 receivers set. Baker stands all alone out of the shotgun. Looking to his right, they want a little mid-screen pass. It's complete to Brittingham, and he turns on the jet to the 20, to the 25, to the 30. There goes Brittingham across midfield at the 40. It's a foot race down the far side. The ball comes out. The ball comes out at the 15. It's scooped up by Manhattan.
They say he's down.
Free State believes he is down. The officials have him marked down. Brittingham showing off some electric speed on a tunnel screen down the far sideline. And Free State wants to snap this ball as quickly as they can so that there's no time to deliberate about that possible fumble. And Manhattan has just called timeout.
Yeah, this home Manhattan crowd is not too thrilled about that call. I thought Brittingham was down, but yeah, the ball did come out. Ball security is job security, if you ask me. And I mean, look, you got to be able to hang on to that ball. I know he's just a sophomore, but that's a great run. I don't want to take anything away from the great catch and run there by Brittingham. Brittingham
was thinking about the end zone, and he coughed up the football. The officials have come together here. As it stands, the officials, Dan, were pretty emphatic. They made the call right away that Brittingham was down. So Free State is going to hang on to this ball for sure with the timeout taken by Manhattan.
And the officials probably have a better viewpoint than we do. I have no idea. I couldn't see it from up here.
I see everything, Dan.
Oh, yeah.
I see everything. Right now what I'm seeing is Free State near the red zone in a 10-point game with 3:55 remaining. Out of the timeout, 4 receivers. An incredible second-half resurgence from this Free State offense. But do they have enough late in a 10-point game? Ball on the far hash at the 22-yard line. Baker looking to throw. Looks right. Pump fakes. Now throws it up for the back of the end zone. Incomplete. He was looking for Braylon Preston, and it's broken up about 8 yards deep in the end zone.
A beautiful ball, a beautiful route, and even more beautiful coverage out there by the Manhattan cornerback. Looks like it's number 7.
Oh, that's number 5. That's Dunigan. Making the play on defense. Yeah, making the play on defense there. 2nd and 10 from the 22. They throw a little wheel route to the running back. Oh, but the timing was off. Baker threw it before Weisher had his head turned around, and he didn't see it. It was a timing route on a wheel from the running back towards the far sideline, Weisher. And now all of a sudden it's 3rd down and 10.
And Weisher had room to run there if he could just get his eyes back towards the quarterback. Like you said, the timing was just a little bit off there. That would have been an easy 1st down.
And again, Free State now potentially faced with another question here of, in a 10-point game, do you try another field goal attempt if you can't get this 3rd down? Ishkanjwani missed a 41-yarder earlier in the 3rd quarter. 4 receivers, trips to the left on the near side. Waist high snap, blitz coming, picked up well though. Lofting it up, looking for Leipold. He's got it at the 5, he scores! Touchdown Free State! Landon Leipold, an over-the-shoulder throw from Baker in the face of pressure, and Free State has cut this to a 4-point game.
Wow, what a great job there by Landon Leipold. That was very similar to his first touchdown of the game as well. Great job by Landon Leipold, coming across the middle, beating his man, and going in for 6. That is a huge play there for the Firebirds, cutting this lead down to 4 pending the extra point.
Ishkanjwani's kick is up, and it is good. Boy, think about that, Dan. Free State got the ball at their own 5 with about 4:15 remaining in this game. They go 95 yards, and it only took them about 40 seconds to do so. With 3:35 remaining, plenty of time. And there is an air of anxiety now in this stadium for Manhattan after they were comfortably ahead. I mean, you go back to early in the 3rd quarter, it was 17-0. The game felt over.
Yeah.
The game felt done.
Yeah, it absolutely did. And that drive right there was set up beautifully. That scoring drive right there, was set up beautifully by Brittingham on the long catch and run. It was a little smoke screen out to the far side of the field. And, man, that kid's got some wheels.
Yeah, big-time run from Brittingham that got Free State down. And then on 3rd and 10 from the 22-yard line, a perfectly placed pass from Boston Baker over the shoulder to Landon Leipold. The defender didn't even know. The defender had no idea that ball was even in the air, and it resulted in a touchdown. And now the pressure of this game completely shifts onto the shoulders of Manhattan. Manhattan, again, they were probably ready to put it in neutral. They were up 17-0. The defense had been dominating Free State, but the Firebirds, off the back of a number of explosive plays in the 2nd half. I mean, the long touchdown by Brittingham, the long completion by Brittingham on the last drive, the long touchdown by Landon Leipold, the long runs by Weisher and Simpson. It's been big play after big play from the Free State offense to get them back into this game. From right to left, Ishkanjwani kicks it away. A high kick that's fielded at the 5-yard line by Manhattan. Here they go across the 20 to the 25 to the 30, falling forward to the 31. That was Gabe Summerlin on the return.
And let's see if this Firebird defense can hold this Manhattan offense. I'm sure the Manhattan offense, they just want to keep running that clock down. So I think the Firebird defense is going to need to pack the box here. So I can't imagine the Indians are going to be putting the ball in the air too much.
Yeah, and this is where now you think about the success that Aslan has had running the football for Manhattan, but it all comes really down to this. I mean, for Manhattan, probably 2 or 3 first downs will win you this game. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. It's a speed option, but Aslan keeps it at the 31. Somehow twists and turns his way through the defense, stays on his feet at the 40, and just slides down at the 43-yard line. Unbelievable how he slipped his way through the defense there. He was running through a maze of white jerseys and yet somehow managed to make the perfect cuts at the perfect times, and he sprints out to the 43 and then slides down.
He's such a good runner, but he's such a smart runner too, and I think that is
the patience
really
is
important.
incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. It reminds me of like a Le'Veon Bell type of running back. What a great job there.
3 minutes remaining in the game. Free State still has all 3 timeouts. I think you'd have to assume that they would start calling them here if they can get a stop on this first down play. 2:50 remaining. High snap, Aslan gets it. He was almost ripped down in the backfield by Parker Moore. They drive him back. There's a flag. I think this is going to be a face mask against Moore. He tried to grab Aslan in the backfield, but got him up high. And this should be 15 on Free State, and it will be. A face mask. Aslan was pointing the whole way. He knew it. Parker Moore knew it as he stood up after the play also.
It does stop the clock, though.
A costly penalty late in the game.
Very.
Moore, he knows how slippery Aslan is. He was just trying to grab a hold of anything he could, and instead he grabs the face mask. They'll mark that off 15 into Free State territory, all the way down to the 42-yard line. But really, the spot of the ball is somewhat inconsequential at this point because Manhattan is just trying to run this clock out.
True. Oh, yeah, and it doesn't stop the clock. I was mistaken.
The clock starts running again. Free State has 3 timeouts remaining with 2:30 remaining. But Manhattan, they can run this clock down to about 2:05 before they have to snap it. So they will certainly take advantage of all of that time. And for Free State, if you're Kevin Stewart, regardless of the outcome of this play, you got to start burning your timeouts to give yourself a chance. Man in motion, it stops him down the line of scrimmage. It's a straight handoff, running off right guard with Hudley. Breaks a tackle, still on his feet. Hudley still going at the 30, to the 20. It's a foot race to the near pylon, and he will score. Touchdown, Manhattan. Jaden Hudley shucked off a defender at the 30, lowered his shoulder, hit the gas pedal down the near side, and a touchdown almost certainly ices this game for Manhattan. It's now 37-28, 1:58 remaining in the game, and a field goal attempt here on the extra point to make it 10 for Manhattan.
Yeah, what a great hard run there by Jaden Hudley. Just an outstanding run by the big back. Like we mentioned before, 6 foot, 210 pounds, but he is so good on his feet. And the Firebird defense, they need to do a better job of wrapping up and tackling, like I said, on that first point of contact. That just kind of takes the wind out of the sails of this Firebird team.
37-28 and make it 38 as the extra point is up and good. So instead of running out the clock, Manhattan says, we'll just go down and get a touchdown and add to this lead. And it goes to 38-28. Free State will get this ball back with 1:58 left. They still have all 3 timeouts, but they kind of need to save them in order to have a chance maybe if they get the ball back. But at this stage of the game, you just got to try to go score however you can, as quickly as you can. 38-28, Manhattan leads.
Yeah, 2-minute drill down by 10. I mean, we've seen it happen before. We've seen crazier things happen, but at the same time, yeah, like you said, you got to start thinking about strategy here if you're Coach Kevin Stewart for this Firebird team in terms of, how to use those timeouts. Hopefully they can get something quick here on offense.
A quick update for the Lawrence Chesty Lions taking on Junction City. They lead 41-35 against Junction City late in the third quarter. So that game also turning into a bit of an offensive showcase with Lawrence ahead of Junction City. Free State on the other end of that in this game against Manhattan, down 10, 38-28. As Manhattan will get ready to boot this ball away from left to right. Vikander will boot it away from the 40. An end-over-end kick fielded at the 1-yard line by Brittingham. He's had a fantastic game tonight. He's across the 20 to the 25. Stutter step at the 30, and it takes 2 defenders, but they tackle him at the 32-yard line. And Brittingham, you mentioned it, Dan, he's just a sophomore, but he is electric.
Yeah.
He's had a fantastic game tonight.
Great straight line speed by Brittingham. Yeah, he has had a fantastic game tonight. Starting off the game with the first touchdown for the Firebirds on a long pass down the middle of the field by Boston Baker. And he has done such a great job today. And like you said, only a sophomore. So he's got a bright future ahead of him.
1:51 remaining in the game. You can guarantee that Free State's not going to go down without a fight. Down by 10. Baker, 4-step drop, looks downfield, slings it over the middle. The pass broken up, looking for Landon Leipold on a post route, but it was Dunigan who knocked it away. Dunigan, the outstanding two-way player who has certainly put his stamp on this game. He had a 99-yard kickoff return earlier in the game in the third quarter. He's had some nice catches, and he's had a couple of pass breakups as well. 2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line. 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Ball on the far hash, waist-high snap. Baker throws it short into the flat. Oh, incomplete. Again, the timing just off as Baker threw it before Simpson had even got his head turned around. He had no idea the ball was coming his way, and it's incomplete. And now 3rd and 10 for Free State with 1:40 remaining.
Yeah, we'll see what Coach Kevin Stewart and company draws up here for the Firebirds. They absolutely need this first down and more. Like I said, they need to strike quick here if they want to get back into this game.
38-28. It's a 10-point deficit, 1:40 remaining. All 3 timeouts still for Free State. Now empty set. 5 receivers will be out in the pattern here. A 3-step drop for Baker. Steps into the pocket, looking to run. Baker will take off. He dives forward across the 35 to about the 37. It's not enough for a first down. Not even close. He got about 5 yards. And it's 4th and 5. The clock running down to 1:20 remaining as Free State has a 4th down to try to keep their hopes and dreams alive in this game. 4 receivers. Baker's got a blitz coming, throws it over the middle. The pass is caught by Brittingham at the 50. Oh, he started to ramp up, but he gets dragged down from behind. Boy, one more step, and it felt like Brittingham might have been able to hit max speed there. As it stands, it's a first down into Manhattan territory at the 42-yard line. And Free State has just called their first time out of the second half, I believe.
Yeah, great.
Nope, they're just going to set the chains here.
Hunter Austin, number 11 there for the Manhattan Indians, did a great job there not letting Brittingham break free because you know how deadly his straight line speed is.
The clock runs again. No timeout there from Free State. They were just setting the chains. Baker looking to go up top down the far sideline. Oh, just off the fingertips of Braylon Preston. Oh, they had him for a chance for a touchdown. Instead, it's incomplete. Oh, that was the chance there for Free State.
Yeah, that would have been a huge play there. Just getting off the fingertips.
Clock stop with 57.7 seconds left. 2nd and 10 at the 43. Empty set for Baker. 4-man rush. Baker looking downfield. Pump fakes. Now throws it short over the middle. The pass caught on a drag route. A big collision. It's Brittingham who hangs on to it. A short gain inside the 40 to about the 38. And Free State is forced to call their first timeout. So now Kevin Stewart does call a timeout here. And at this stage of the game, you can't really blame him. I mean, you were probably going to need an onside kick anyways, so
right.
You take your time out here because you got to get points.
Yeah, I like that
timeouts
call
do
by
you no
him.
good if you don't score here.
Right, exactly, yeah. And instead of trying to run a hurry-up offense while the clock is ticking down with 45 seconds left on the clock, no, I like the call there, calling the timeout, getting his guys together, let them take a deep breath and say, all right, hey, we need a big play here. And then you got to start thinking about, all right, we do need an onside kick as well. So, I mean, hey, look, the Firebirds are technically still in this game.
Oh, for sure. It's not done yet. And again, there's no doubt in my mind Free State's going to do everything in their power to keep this one alive. It is 3rd down at the 37-yard line of Manhattan. Free State moving from right to left. They're down 10, 38-28, 46.7 seconds remain. Now 2 timeouts left for the Firebirds as well. Man in motion, it's Brittingham to the left. Here goes Baker looking to throw. He's under pressure near midfield. He's forced to just throw it up for grabs, and it's incomplete, short of Brittingham. Some officials in the stands wanted a hold, but no officials on the field throw the flag. So instead, it's 4th down now for the incompletion.
Yeah, that was a great job there by Manhattan, getting pressure on Boston Baker, the quarterback, not able to get the ball back to Brittingham in time, bringing up a huge 4th down.
4th and 4 at the 37. They need this first down to keep the drive alive, but they need a lot more than that. They need points. Manhattan fakes a blitz. They rush 4. Baker rolls out to his right towards the far side, and he just throws it away. Oh, Baker throws it away, and that will end this game. Manhattan's going to hang on to win. The crowd realizes it as well. On a 4th down pass, Baker just threw it away out of bounds. Free State, some incredible fight tonight from the Firebirds. Incredible resilience shown by this team. They fought to the very end. But Manhattan will hang on It's 38-28, 34 seconds left. Free State has just 2 timeouts, so Manhattan can just kneel this one away for the win. Aslan lines up under center. He'll take a knee. And Kevin Stewart will let this clock run out. That'll do it. Manhattan wins 38-28. An incredible game from Free State. You absolutely have to applaud the effort of this Free State team. At one point in the third quarter, it was 17-0. Free State had done nothing offensively. It looked like the game was going to be over right then and there. But the Firebirds show some incredible resilience, incredible perseverance through the third and fourth quarter. They had cut the lead down to 31-28 before a late touchdown by Manhattan. And the Firebirds lose 38-28, but a heck of a ball game here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely a heck of a ball game by both sides of the ball. Manhattan, I mean, they played great. I mean, you look at the J.J. Dunigan, as well as Gabe Summerlin and Carter Aslan, all of those guys on the offensive side of the ball just had outstanding games. And for the Firebirds, I mean, you look at what Brittingham did. He was just incredible down the stretch for this Firebird team. And like you said, I mean, I think resiliency is the right word for this. I mean, they could have laid down and just taken the beating, but they didn't. And they stuck into this game. They kept on crawling their way back, and the offense started to get going a little bit. The defense is playing outstanding, so just not able to get it done there down the stretch for the Firebirds.
Some explosive plays in the second half for Free State. You mentioned Brittingham. A couple of nice runs as well from both Weischer and Simpson also. So it wasn't just the pass game. It was the rushing attack in the second half as well for Free State. Baker was overthrowing a little bit early in the game, but settled in and made some fantastic passes. A touchdown to Landon Leipold. 2 touchdowns to Landon Leipold, actually. And then one to Madden Brittingham also. So just an incredible performance. I mean, if you could go back in time to when this game was 17-0 in the third quarter, you would have thought there was no possible way the final score would be 38-28 with Free State coming back to make it a game. But that's exactly what happened. So, yeah, absolute tip of the cap to this Free State team. They can 100% hold their heads high walking off the field tonight with the effort they put in the second half to fight back against a team in Manhattan that is dreaming of a state championship. I mean, that is a state championship caliber team in Manhattan that Free State came to their house, got down big early, and rallied and did not quit on this game. But 38-28 is the final score. Free State falls short against Manhattan. They dropped to 1-1. Manhattan improves to 2-0. Free State will have another very tough test coming up next week against Mill Valley as well on the road. So I think all in all, if you're Kevin Stewart, you got to feel pretty good about this game in terms of where it was at one point and how much this team fought back. But still, it goes down in the loss column as a loss. 1-1 for Free State, and they'll rally back against Mill Valley next week. 38-28 is the final score. Free State falls here in Manhattan. For my broadcast partner, Daniel Courtwright. For our producer back in the studio getting us on the air, Elijah. I'm Nick Springer. You've been listening to Free State Football. Signing off here tonight. We'll talk to you next week for Free State and Mill Valley.